And the operation was made in partnership with Covenant Rescue Group. Men are now being charged with soliciting a child for sex and then traveling to meet that child at locations where law enforcement were waiting. I'm Andrea Tice.
For more news affecting Alabamians, go to 1819news.com. And while you're there, subscribe to the daily newsletter.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
The views and opinions of the following program are solely those of the host and other contributors. These do not necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertisers. It's time for Montgomery's conversational radio show. It's news and views on News Talk 93.1 FM. To join the conversation, call 272-9228.
Welcome into the program. Another overcast day out of Montgomery, Alabama, but I like it. It makes it a little cooler outside. It's not, you're not sweating through at 6:30 in the morning. Plenty to get to today, even though it is kind of a slow news day, because one of the things on the news is Trump touring the roof of the White House, which is like, there's the president on top of the roof, and they're joking around and yelling. So it must be a slow news day, though there's much more serious things going on. And joining us to discuss much of this, we have the one, the only Judge Andrew Napolitano. Judge, how you doing today, sir?
I'm well, Joey. Thank you for having me on your show. How are you?
I'm doing quite well. Life is good personally, but I kind of look at the world like our conversations usually go, and I'm like, it's such a mess. But I want to first pick your brain on this idea of the redistricting fight, not only that's going on in Texas, but looks like the Supreme Court's about to take up the case out of Louisiana about the use of race in redistricting. This could very much affect us here in Alabama. The courts ordered a second minority majority district in the last cycle. So a lot of Alabamians, especially Republicans, wondering, where's this going to go? My sense of this is, I've looked at this all these years. Even I took election law at Auburn as an undergraduate. It doesn't seem like there's a very principled way to solve the whole issue of gerrymandering, given the way the system is. I could be wrong about that, but what's your sense of this districting fight?
There is no principled way to resolve it, and whoever's in charge gets their way. If the Republicans in Texas pull off this gerrymandering, the Democrats in California, New Jersey, Illinois, and Massachusetts will do the same thing, and it'll be a wash. Although the Democrats will probably prevail because they have just the way the demographics are. Interestingly, there is no statute against this. The legislature can realign congressional districts whenever it wants, and theoretically, if the people don't like it, they'll vote out of office the legislators who did that. It's also kind of insulting to assume that just because you are in an area that is predominantly Republican, you will vote for the Republican candidate for the House of Representatives, no matter who the person is or what their background is. But that's the way the system works, and we're kind of stuck with it.
Was this the way the system was intended to work when they first set this up?
The word gerrymander comes from the name Elbridge Gerry, who was a founding father in Massachusetts and allegedly the first person to have engaged in this. So it has gone on for a while. I don't think it was as rampant in the old days because women weren't counted. We know about how slaves were counted in the South. People didn't vote unless they were adult white male and landowning. It was a different world. But now with everybody being counted, including people here illegally, this is a hot issue. Trump is terribly fearful of the Democrats controlling the House in 2027, that they'll put him through another impeachment. And he wants to do everything he can to prevent that from happening, including this type of redistricting midterm. So I think the Republicans are going to start a fight that they'll ultimately lose.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to watch play out, but there's also times where I wish they hadn't capped the number of seats in the House. Like, let it be however many. I might run for Congress, and that could be a lot of fun, but it seems like that capping also creates new problems with this.
Yes. Well, it's capped now at 435, which is about 500,000 per district, even though there is no district at 500,000. That's just the mean. It depends on the district borders. They can't be drawn based on race, but they can be drawn based on almost anything else.
Now, shifting gears to the whole Russiagate thing and all the disclosures by Tulsi Gabbard, this has been followed up by the Trump DOJ announcing a grand jury being impaneled on this. And also James Comer of the Oversight Committee there in the House of Representatives has sent out a subpoena list, which is a lot of the big names, including people like Hillary Clinton herself. I've been sitting here. I've been covering this. I remember watching you on Fox covering this since it began. And I've kind of known the story for a long time. A lot of people have done great reporting. Look at, say, Matt Taibbi. I just wonder, does anything actually come of this?
Well, there are two stories here. The subpoena to Hillary Clinton, along with her husband, is not on Russiagate. It's on Epstein. What the hell does Mrs. Clinton have to do with Epstein? The House Republicans have given the Trump White House a headache that you would expect would have come from the House Democrats. And this Republican committee headed by James Comer of Kentucky, the House Oversight Committee, has subpoenaed the entire Epstein file, just the names whited out. Now, the Attorney General says that's enough to fill a truckload. It's about 250,000 pages of documents. If they get that entire file, I mean, all hell could break loose depending upon what's in there and what they choose to reveal. Now, the way this works is the documents are reviewed by staff investigators who are typically retired FBI agents who know exactly what to look for and how to get to it. But they are subpoenaing the past 6 attorneys general of the United States, former President Clinton, former First Lady Hillary Clinton. Again, I don't know what she possibly knows about Epstein. I would think that the White House is not happy with this. On the grand jury, it is unheard of for the Attorney General to say we've impaneled a grand jury. Well, she doesn't impanel grand juries. U.S. attorneys do. So which U.S. attorney in what part of the country, and who are they investigating, and for what crime? I mean, even if everything that Tulsi Gabbard said happened the way she said it did, there's no prosecution permissible because it all happened more than 5 years ago. And that's the statute of limitations. So I don't know where these people are going. Bondi may not know where they're going, which is why she just said a grand jury. I'm not telling you where, I'm not telling you who, even though the DOJ rules require saying who. And I'm not telling you who their targets are.
Yeah, and I appreciate
a grand jury target a person when it knows that the statute of limitations has expired. Well, the short and unhappy answer to that is yes. They can write a report called a presentment in which they give their opinion as to what happened. But as Hillary Clinton would say, it's a nothing burger. Nobody gets indicted because it's too late to indict. There was a Trump Justice Department for 4 years. They hired a guy named John Durham to investigate all this.
Yeah.
He indicted 2 people. One was acquitted, a lawyer for lying, Hillary Clinton lawyer for lying under oath. The jury found him not guilty. And the other, some kid right out of law school who doctored affidavits being submitted to the FISA court. He received a 6-month suspended sentence. And then a committee headed by Marco Rubio said there's no there. Now, all of a sudden, they want to open this up again when it's too late. Isn't that bizarre that they would open it up when it's too late to charge anybody?
It's awfully convenient. I appreciate the correction. Got my wires crossed. Too many
You know
things.
what, Joey? Everybody's getting their wires crossed when they saw Hillary's name there. And when this coincided with the announcement by Pam Bondi, including colleagues of mine on air, thought that this was about Russiagate, but it's not. But it's not a happy day for Trump. You know, there's a Supreme Court opinion in which the Democrats subpoenaed his personal tax returns. Personal. Had nothing to do with his presidency. Supreme Court unanimously said Congress can subpoena whatever it wants, comply with the subpoena. So they're going to get this Epstein file, whether Trump and the DOJ want it out there or not.
Well, in both cases, it does seem like, but just sticking to say abusing the FISA process, like that seems like an outrageous crime using awesome powers of the government they probably shouldn't even have in the first place. And yet you do such a big crime, it's almost like you can't be punished for it because it takes so long to even figure out what you did. And I guess the only accountability would actually come through the political process.
Correct. I mean, getting warrants under false pretenses. If a lie was told to a court, like this young man whose name I forget, this either former or present or
Kleinsmith?
Future Kleinsmith, Kevin Kleinsmith, right? Obviously, perjury is a crime, but abuse of power generally is not. If you read the obstruction of justice statutes, they talk about an actual interference with a governmental function. They don't talk about the government on steroids. So even if the statute of limitations had not run, I don't know what crime they would charge Comey, Clapper, Brennan, any of them with.
Well, yeah, maybe it is just getting the story out there and trying to shame people or embarrass folks. I don't think that's going to be the case. I think the grand Rorschach test, that is our politics, will continue. Real quick, shifting gears, Trump putting pressure on India because they keep buying Russian oil. Trump continuing to put threats out there to Putin that we got to end this now. New weapons, 500 million plus being sent over to the Ukrainians. Doesn't look like this is ending anytime soon.
No, I thought he was going to end it in 24 hours.
Yeah.
This is Donald Trump's war now. Soon he will have sent almost as much armaments as Joe Biden did. The threats to Putin are absurd. I mean, the way to negotiate with Putin is in private. He doesn't react in the way you'd want him to react to threats. Neither do the Russian people, threatening to send nuclear submarines. The Russians know exactly where our submarines are, and we know where theirs are. The threat to send nuclear submarines because you didn't like what somebody said to you in a tweet. Well, that's as childish as firing the head of the Bureau of Labor Statistics because you don't like the statistics that she revealed.
And then another one that was harrowing that I saw today, CNN reporting, others, of course, reporting, Netanyahu calling for essentially the full conquest of the Strip. A lot of people said this was coming anyway, but they're now saying it. A lot of the families of the hostages still being held by Hamas are saying, don't do this. And as much as I think Israel, even folks who supported them strongly after October 7th, they're losing a lot of that support. And yet, what can the international community do? It seems like the only step is for the United States to cut them off.
Only Donald Trump can stop this. And according to former Prime Minister Ehud Barak, Netanyahu has successfully manipulated Trump and his inner circle to give him everything he wants. Trump says there's starvation, but there's no genocide. This is the worst case of genocide since the Holocaust itself.
Well, it is a continuing story. And I just want both wars to end, but it doesn't look like they are going to anytime soon.
No, it doesn't. Ukrainian special military operation, the Russian SMO special military operation in Ukraine, will end when their objectives are achieved. And they're very close to achieving them, no matter what armaments we send them. They don't have the manpower to do so. Earlier this week, 3 British, 2 in uniform, 1 in civilian clothes, presumably MI6, were arrested by the Ukrainians.
Oh my
What were
goodness.
British troops doing there? Well, they were showing the Ukrainians how to use British weaponry. But this is the first time we know of that the Russians have arrested high-ranking colonel and a lieutenant colonel and an MI6 agent in Russian custody. Keir Starmer, what are you going to do about it?
Well, and what a mess. I just hope it doesn't escalate to an even worse point. And I think at this point, the Trump administration needs to pull out. Excuse me. Apparently, there's renovations being done on the building, and somebody seems to be knocking right above my head on the ceiling.
I don't hear it. I don't know if your other listeners can hear it, but I don't.
Yeah, maybe I'm just going crazy. I
thought rain was coming in the way you kept looking up with your hand out.
Well, I always appreciate your time, Judge. Very generous with your time. If folks want to check out Judging Freedom, anything else you're up to, how can they do so?
Yeah, Judging Freedom at YouTube with all of my great guests, Jeffrey Sachs, Scott Ritter, Colonel McGregor, and my usual clan. I'm doing a special Judging Freedom at the Ron Paul annual gathering at the Hilton Dulles Airport on Saturday, August 16, with a bunch of my regular guests who are also speakers at this. We'll be doing a live multi-guest Judging Freedom from there.
Fantastic, folks. Tune in. Well, I always appreciate it. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Joey. All the best.
Again, folks, that's one, the only Judge Andrew Napolitano in studio with me. He was hearing the knocking up there. How you doing today, Byron Shee?
I'm doing well, man. What knocking are you talking about, Joey?
Don't you do that to me. Don't you do that to me. Not today. Not today at all. But, you see this playing out in real time, like especially the Epstein thing, the Russiagate thing, and you got to wonder what will come of it. Now, it looks like we are, as the Judge Knapp just said, Congress is going to get the information eventually. And I didn't realize, I appreciate the correction he gave me, that this subpoena list by James Comer, this has to do directly with Epstein. So many things breaking at once. But here's the list of people they have subpoenaed for depositions over the Epstein files. Secretary of State Hillary Clinton, former. She'll be there October 9th. Former President Bill Clinton on October the 14th. Former U.S. Attorney General Merrick Garland, October the 2nd. Former FBI Director James Comey on October the 7th. Former U.S. Attorney General Bill Barr, August 18th. Former U.S. Attorney General Alberto Gonzales, I guess that was Bush's AG, in late August. Former U.S. Attorney General Jeff Sessions, August 28th, Alabama's own. Former FBI Director Robert Mueller in September. Former U.S. Attorney General Loretta Lynch, and then Eric Holder, former U.S. Attorney General as well. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different former attorneys general of the United States. Pretty incredible lineup there. And you're like, what do all these people have to do with the Epstein thing? And I guess what they want are the answers of like, why was this stuff put under wraps?
Mm-hmm.
Why did he get the sweetheart deal? I want him to, I think the guy's name is Alec Acosta. Subpoena that guy too. He were the U.S. attorney that got Epstein the deal.
Do we know if Clinton or Hillary's included because of a role as a secretary, or is it because of First Lady?
I don't know. That is, and I have no clue.
Okay.
And I mean, Clinton obviously is documented not only hanging out with Jeffrey Epstein, but like on the plane, visited the island multiple times. So there's clear reason to get Bill, but maybe they're going to try to cross-reference or cross-examine Bill using Hillary to a degree.
What did you know and when did you not?
Yeah.
See if somebody's slipping.
So that is continuing apace, as well as, there's more and more coming out with the Russiagate thing. But to Judge Napolitano's point, where is that grand jury? What U.S. attorney has actually impaneled this grand jury? Is it in D.C.? Is it in Virginia? Is it in Florida, of all places?
So they are together. These two, Epstein and the Russia gate. Is that?
No, they aren't. They're just being kind of associated by everybody because it's all happening at the same time. So, but no, unless there's some crazy overlap. Right now, I'm not seeing any actual overlap other than a few of the same players.
So we're not expecting anything from the Russia gate.
I'm not. I hate to get everybody's hopes, dashed against the rocks, but I'm not.
Well, look, man, I mean,
there's a lot of talk. There's been a lot of talk about this for a decade now.
They got the Clintons mobbed up with Epstein now. So from a narrative standpoint, this can run for days.
Yeah. And then on the redistricting issue in Texas, arrest warrants have now been issued for these Texas Democrats who got out of Dodge.
Good.
Texas Governor Abbott orders arrest of Texas House Democrats who fled the state. And a lot of them went to Illinois?
I'm not sure where they went.
Yeah, but what a great spot to go to. Talk about gerrymandering. And I had to ask the judge that one question about, is there a principled way to solve this? No, it's been going on since the founding.
Yeah. I mean, I was always taught the one true political spoil that you can't really curtail in any way is redrawing the districts.
Yeah. And again, a lot of this stuff must be solved politically, but it seems like all the people are kind of boxed in. Like the system is designed to help the system, not actually directly help the people. Now, some of that is doing stuff the people want. You can't go too crazy because the people can vote you out. But if you do just enough and you point out how bad the other side is, you can kind of box in everybody to where nothing big ever happens or changes.
The only time it ever really truly bubbles over and there is that sort of change is whenever they manipulate the system for so long and screw up and the public finally holds some people accountable and put some heads on the wall. That's it. I mean, it's few and far between too.
I don't have a lot of hope for it, I'll put it that way. And when you do look at the wars continuing to rage, I don't have a lot of hope those will end anytime soon. Now, the wrinkle of the, say, $578 million in new U.S. weapons, this is, I believe the Netherlands is ponying up the money to buy these U.S. weapons.
Didn't the judge say that he, from his estimation or from what he's seeing, Russia may be close to completing their objectives?
That's what he just said. I mean, I've talked to other people, though, and saying, no, they're not. And so
it may be over soon.
The way they're acting is like they are in the position of strength and they're not stopping.
That's the way I'm taking it.
Right. If they really were smarting in a way that was existential to them and they knew they couldn't accomplish their goals, they would make a deal. But they haven't made a deal. In fact, everybody seems to have wanted to deal. Maybe it's like Putin and Hamas that don't want to make a deal. And a lot of folks arguing that a lot of people running the government of Israel don't want to make a deal, don't want to end this war in that part of the world. Because in particular, folks continue to point to Netanyahu and his troubles beyond just the war, his other troubles.
Man, he's the one guy who's really taken a beating. I mean, I didn't really have this opinion of him being just a total war hawk and maybe not a demagogue in that true fashion, but he will seemingly do whatever he has to do to stay in power, regardless of whether or not it's good for his people.
Yeah, and I mean, the story that came out is they're going to conquer the Strip, the Gaza Strip, and you have a lot of hostage families saying, don't do that because you'll be deploying people to areas where the hostages are being held. About 50 hostages left, 20 known to be alive, but some of the photos, videos sent out, people emaciated. As I said last week, you can find a lot of stuff on the war online, a lot of videos for or against it. Again, it's kind of a Rorschach test, depending on your priors and what you believe. Piers Morgan keeps making a very good point. Let international journalists in. Like, not these, like, you're being, like, escorted by the IDF. Right. And not like a guy who's a Palestinian who's been working with the authorities, Hamas and stuff forever. No, you need folks that are kind of from all over the world. They can take their own risks. Now, it might be the Israelis, really.
I think everyone hears that.
Yeah.
You motorboat.
But I think the Israelis also understand it would be a huge disaster to have say, a BBC journalist or a CNN journalist killed if they got in the way. But if you really want to know what's going on there, right now, I think there is a bit of a black box to this. And so everybody's guessing. And depending on where you land on it, you're assuming the best or assuming the worst.
I didn't know they were that tight on the international journalists going in.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
I mean, there have been some folks that one guy, last name of Snow, is pretty good. He's calling it, one guy I just watched, last name of Snow, pro-Israel, was with the IDF, but from his seat, he's like, this should have ended 2 months ago at least. Like, this is, what are we doing here?
I mean, I'm halfway wondering if out of the 30 reported or 20 that we've confirmed, like, is how confident are we in that number, and how old is that number? Like,
right,
is a moot point.
It's hard to know.
Yeah,
hard to know unless you're there, and even if you're there, probably pretty hard to know. So we'll get into all that, and of course, there's always the stupid politicking, and of course, there's plenty of videos and photos of Trump up on the roof of the White House. Like, what are you doing up here? He's like, I'm looking at things. You're looking handsome, Peter.
Do you think they had the spot where Willie stood kind of marked? No. Okay. I'd want to know where that spot was.
272-9228. It's 334-272-9228. This is part of the program brought to you by Montgomery Men's Health. And they're at Montgomery Men's Health. Really? Really?
They'll jack you up.
They will. They'll help you all you fellas out. And in fact, I just saw a study came out today. We can get into it. This is like, I'm just gonna power through. The study today that men who are low in testosterone actually get testosterone. They stop caring what other people think and they just do what they think is right.
Good.
Yeah, that's amazing that men with high testosterone are kind of self-motivated and they follow their own compass instead of trying to be people pleasers and help everybody.
Be your own man.
That's interesting how that works. And so if you've kind of realized, hey, I've stopped being my own man. I used to actually make decisions, get things done. This is just comical at this point. But now, no, I'm always kind of hemming and hawing like, I don't know what I want. And especially, guys, if you feel sluggish, tired, just not like yourself, don't assume it's part of getting older. Low energy and performance issues aren't inevitable. Solutions do exist, and a lot better than those generic fixes that are overpriced and ineffective. Go with the urologist providers there at Montgomery Men's Health. They'll tailor solutions specifically to your body and goals. And a consultation, including blood work, is just $99 with results before you leave, and treatments that'll make you feel better the very same day if you choose those particular treatments. And of course, you only got one life. And it's not just guys in their 40s, 50s, and 60s. You could be in your 20s or 30s and feel awful. It very well could be a low T issue. Procrastination on that issue is only going to make it worse. So check them out today. That number, 440-3663. That's 440-3663. Or go to MontgomeryMen'sHealth.com to book your appointment today.
He may not know whether he's coming or going, but whether you're going to work or coming home, Greg Budell is there. Mornings, 6 till 9, and afternoons, 3 till 6. Only on News Talk 93.1 FM, WACV.
At Guardian Credit Union, if it's important to you, it's important to us. We don't do banking differently. We do relationships differently. Want to secure a HELOC for home projects? So do we. Want to build your credit? So do we. Want to plan your next vacation? So do we. We're here to help with whatever's next, because whatever you want in life, so do we. Stop by any of our branches and let's plan your next step together. Guardian Credit Union, where you belong. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal housing opportunity. NMLS 912757.
Mr. Electric.
I've been doing electrical work for 8 years, 7 years, 6 years, 23 years. I love troubleshooting. It's one of my passions.
Electrical is all I do, unless my wife asks me to do something at home. Together, there's nothing that we can't figure out or accomplish.
We've seen it all here at Mr. Electric.
Going in with the confidence to know it doesn't matter what I'm going to run into, I'm going to figure it out, and confidently telling that customer, we got you taken care of.
Mr. Electric, the power to make things better.
Woohoo! Hear that? That's what having fewer hot flashes and night sweats can sound like. Veoza is the #1 prescribed hormone-free treatment FDA approved for moderate to severe vasomotor symptoms, also known as hot flashes and night sweats, due to menopause. Veoza can cause serious side effects, including liver problems. Your doctor will do blood tests before and during treatment. Stop Veoza and call your doctor if you have symptoms of liver problems, such as feeling more tired than usual, decreased appetite, nausea, vomiting, itching, yellowing of the eyes or skin, pale stool, dark urine, or stomach pain. Don't use Veoza if you have cirrhosis, severe kidney problems, kidney failure, or take CYP1A2 inhibitors. Ask your doctor about Veoza. To learn more, call 1-866-239-1637 or go to veoza.com. That's VEOZAH.com.
For too long, Alabama's statewide news companies have shamed us for our conservative Christian values. Alabama deserves a news company that cherishes our culture, a company that isn't bought and paid for by the powers that be. 1819 News is that company. Run by Alabamians for Alabamians, 1819 News celebrates what is good and beautiful about our state, while exposing those who work against our values in secret. Just go to 1819news.com to learn more. Subscribe to our newsletter. That's 1819news.com.
Rich Thomas Weather, a service of Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, where over-the-road dump truck drivers are needed right now. Home twice a week and every weekend, must leave early on Sunday with Blue Cross Blue Shield. Call them now at 855-777-9785.
Rich Thomas Weather.
Hi, everybody. It's August, but temperatures are reasonable compared to last week. My gosh. Today's high temperature in the lower 80s, low tonight down to about 70, and I think we'll be in the 80s probably right on through the end of the week. Meanwhile, scattered to numerous showers and storms will be on the radar each day right on through the end of the week and into the weekend. They will be most numerous, of course, in the afternoon and evening hours, and they tend to fade out at night. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
CB&S Bank has digital banking solutions to help you keep up. Check balances, pay bills, and much more. Learn more at cbsbank.com. Charges and fees may apply from your cellular service provider. Contact your service provider for information. Member FDIC.
The River Region's News Talk Station. News Talk 93.1. WACV. News Talk 93.1.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back. Let's go right to the phones and talk to Simpler Days. Hey, Simpler Days, how you doing?
Heard, Joey, have you ever taken zinc before?
Yes.
You take a couple of big old horse tablets of zinc and then chase it with a good glass of beet juice every morning. It'll keep your compass headed true north.
What, was that a euphemism for something else, or?
Well, it could be. It's just
beet juice.
Is there something to like stop it with the renovations right above my head?
Lunch.
The special effects you paid for, Joey, are really good. Hey, history always repeats itself. All you got to do is look to the Nixon years when Vietnam was raging and all the controversy about that and getting the troops home. And then you had the missing tapes from the Watergate scandal. I mean, history always repeats itself.
Yeah, and it does seem like the guys that do the biggest crimes get the least punishment.
Exactly. And that's why you get as much justice in this country as you can pay for. Have a good day.
Appreciate it, Simpler Days. And 272-9228 if you want to get in on the conversation. That's 334-272-9228. Real quick, this part of the program brought to you by Bo Goodson and the Goodson Group. And they're at the Goodson Group. Bo and his team are ready to help you whether you're looking to buy or sell here in the River Region real estate market. Bo's unique understanding of the Montgomery and surrounding areas, because he's been working in this market for about 50 years, if not more. And at the Goodson Group, not only can they help you with buying and selling your property, they have management services available should you want to rent out your home. And then the Goodson Group is also the home of the Bo Goodson Real Estate School, one of the most highly acclaimed and accredited real estate programs in the state of Alabama. If you want to learn more, you can always go online to thegoodsongroup.com or give them a call at 551-0225. That's 551-0225. Bo Goodson and the Goodson Group, great sponsor here of the program. I thought Elon was going to start a third party.
That got co-opted already?
Well, he just donated $5 million to $5 million to a Trump super PAC.
I thought he donated like 20 or 25 million last week.
I was like, yeah. I mean, so we're doing the third party, but we're also like just giving the super PAC money. Doesn't look like he's following through on that, though. Don't underestimate that fella, Mr. Musk. I wouldn't at all. And, you know, in terms of public opinion on these big issues and abuses of power, majority of voters believe Obama deep state committed crimes in Russiagate. So you got to wonder what is going to be the crime that's actually charging this. Where is the grand jury impaneled? A lot more questions than answers. Maybe that's a good thing that they're being sneaky about this. And we can just wait and watch and wonder what's the next step.
It is kind of interesting, like who could be charged. I would think that someone acting under their official position, i.e., you know, Comey or one of those guys, you know, like the politicians themselves may be insulated or not be able to be charged in this. But if they acted, you know, their agents acted in an official capacity, I don't see why that can't be charged in some manner.
You would think.
I mean, just get enough to get conspiracy. Let's get there.
And yet it just seems like this is the classic case of Lucy and Charlie Brown with the football.
Yeah.
It has been for a decade. It's like Durham's on top of it. And then we waited. And then remember the or Huberman or whatever, that guy, some other U.S. attorney that was looking at stuff. And you're like, yeah, Durham found a lot of stuff, but who's charged? Anybody? Anybody going to be held accountable?
But it's loud. It makes a lot of noise.
Yeah, and possible you shame them, you embarrass them enough to where their legacy is tarnished, and you have created the new chapter in history, the definitive story, so to speak.
That? I mean, I'm more inclined to believe that if the Republican crusade did win and we shamed these people horribly, like you could actually shame these people, like they're capable of being shamed, but they would only be, you know, jaunted by the left and given some sort of $500,000 speaking fee to all the liberal groups across the country, and they'd be taken care of financially that way. I guess you're a hero to some if you're a villain to another.
Yeah, and it depends on who's going to dominate the narrative going forward. Who actually writes the history now in America? Because I have a sense the old corporate press, academe, that whole thing, they don't have the same juice as they once did. You're already seeing it in real time with the daily news, but think of all the myth making that's been told and wrapped around this country in certain eras, and it was dominated by the left. Like, think of Watergate. Think of the whole McCarthy era. Like, there's so many things that the left dominated telling the story of America. And always the greatest presidents are the ones in war, like Wilson and FDR and all this stuff. And there's always been right-wingers who said, no, this is a bunch of nonsense. In fact, I was there during Watergate and knew it was nonsense, but they didn't have the microphone. They didn't have the megaphone or the newspaper or the history books telling their side of the story. So you got to wonder in this new age, this new digital age, who actually tells the definitive story that sticks in people's minds.
That truth is going to be a lot more subjective, right? It's going to come down to who's giving you your information, who you find credible.
And it's possible that's what the battle is actually about. Who's going to write the history books here? In a way, I think Trump, though he's done a lot, is not done enough, has not moved fast enough. I think they've kind of gotten bogged down, like a lot of folks, in the middle of the summer. Dog days of summer, here they are. But they're going to keep on trucking. And, you know, if you're ever feeling a little sad, just watch a Sydney Sweeney jeans ad. Yeah, he heard me. Get your hammer going. Let's go to line one. You're on there. Who's this?
This is Papa B.
Hey, Papa B.
So the Republicans say, have you no shame? And the Democrats say, absolutely not.
What's that?
You can't shame me.
Whatever gave you the idea that I had?
Oh, shame me more, Daddy. It's like, oh, you are so weird. Like, what is wrong with you?
Stop it.
Oh, no doubt at all. But there's nothing that you can point out about them that they would be ashamed of. What? I mean, look at what happened to P. Diddy.
Yeah.
And I mean, he's being applauded now. It's like, what in the world is going on? What, you got to be kidding me. The worst of the worst, and, you know, we're, ready to line up and give them awards, I guess. Upside down world's me, bud.
Well, and the Judge Knapp makes a great point that we're so many years out from all this. Initially, like there's a statute of limitations and all sorts of laws they might have broken. And then it seems like if you got the grand jury in DC, are they ever going to indict a thing? So maybe this grand jury's in Florida.
DC is lost. Yeah, DC is lost. And is the statute of limitations, is it actually run out? I don't know. I think it's debatable, you know.
Can you hear that, Papa B?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a lot louder right above my head. Really?
What are you going to put on your side of the treehouse?
I don't know. Probably all my stuff, and I'm not sharing.
I swear. I don't know, man. I've heard, you know, from the other side, other voices like, yeah, no, it hasn't run out because they keep, you know, forwarding, you know, the lie or whatever. I don't know, but it's true. If you take it to up to Washington, it's case closed. You may as well not even do it. If you take it to Florida, I don't know about that either, really, depending on where in Florida it is. What's that retirement center down there? You know, the one that voted Trump in big time. What's the name of that place, Joey?
Dade County.
You know what I'm talking about? Down in Florida? I can't crap.
Maybe Dade County, like Byron just said?
No. It's like an assisted living place.
Oh,
you know?
Okay. Yeah, I vaguely kind of
try them there. I say bring it to Huntsville. Let's try, or Wetumpka. Let's do it in Wetumpka.
Yeah,
I think we could probably get some justice.
Let's do it in Elmore County.
Yeah,
by God.
There's a short walk from the courthouse to the prison. It's right there. We got everything you need.
Hey, was it Elmore or Otago? What, the one with the mold in the jail? Send them to that jail. All right.
Yeah, send them to the moldy part.
That's
yeah,
right.
Maybe they could catch some black mold disease or something. Which would be justice, actually.
Well, and it's at this point, it really is like a he said, she said. Like everybody who's like right wing or somewhat conservative or not watching traditional media is like, yeah, this is crazy. Tulsi, thank you for revealing all this. And then you go to the folks that read the New York Times or the Washington Post and, you know, diddle themselves while they watch CNN. I don't know why. Maybe there's nothing else to do. Like they think, oh, this is a big nothing burger, and it's just Trump and team stirring things up again. It's just like,
It's well, what's really bad is that, you know, look, I've known about this for 10 years.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe the actual per se evidence was not right there on TV, like Tulsi Gabbard is putting it down. But who could not have clued in on what was going on?
Of course.
You know, I mean, you'd have to be some kind of amoeba brain or something. You know, you can't see that and not know. Of course you can. But, you know, the gaslighting, well, they gaslight themselves too. You know, they don't just gaslight everybody. They gaslight themselves.
Yeah, but it's like some of the diehards who watch college football. It's like my team never commits pass interference. That's never a hold. Like, and it's like, okay, man, if you want, and I think that's how a lot of people think of politics.
And up until a few years ago, the Crimson Tide never paid for players.
Another classic moment,
that's
and
just a recent.
That's
a recent thing.
Like Shane Gillis on College Game Day with Saban.
That was good.
Like, oh, Alabama didn't ever pay for players. I didn't mean that, Coach. Saban was about to rip him a new one.
I remember when Saban came in, man. I mean, it was just within weeks of him taking the job. He got up there and he made the announcement on TV, on live TV, that the Red Elephant Club was back in business. And if you don't know what that meant, then you just you're as screwy as a Democrat trying to deny the guilt of the folks that really need a hurting here. So anyway, no, I don't think anything's going to come of it unless they get the venue right. But if they do get the venue right, then maybe there's a chance.
And then on the other issue of Epstein, I don't know we'll get anything from it, but Maxwell being moved to a new facility, this subpoena list, they're going to at least put on quite a show.
Maybe there's something that, that has been rumored that has not been revealed yet. I mean, they're really
possible.
I mean, Hillary Clinton, all of a sudden, she's back in it with the Epstein thing. I think she did all kind of bad stuff, but, it's all been rumor. Maybe they've actually got the goods on her or something.
Or maybe it's like, this is your opportunity.
Bag.
Or maybe this is your opportunity, Hill, to get back at Bill.
Yeah. Well, she did make the comment at one time that if she went down, half of D.C. is going with her. And I'm telling you what, that would be a blessed day of goodness for everybody.
Bring the witch down. Do it. Do it now.
Bring the witch down. We found the witch. We're just trying to figure out what to do with her. Shall we boil her in oil, or shall we stretch her on the
See, my mind went elsewhere to nerding out on Lord of the Rings. I'm thinking of King Theoden in the movies, like with the Oliphants fighting, going, bring it down, bring it down, bring him down.
Nothing would be better for me. I'd be a great day. All right, bud.
Later.
Have a good one.
Appreciate it, Papa B. Yeah, I'm just imagining a giant Hillary trying to swallow the whole world. You know the South Park reference. This part of the program brought to you by James Cole and Cole Plumbing. And they're at Cole Plumbing. James and his team are ready to help you with any and all of your plumbing needs. Could be a big job, like a major water leak inside or outside your home, or something like a gas line leak, which is incredibly dangerous. You need to get that fixed immediately. You probably need to evacuate the premises if that is an issue, if you're smelling that gas. But they understand time is of the essence on those big problems. And they're able to solve the problem without tearing out a bunch of drywall, digging up a huge hole in your yard to try to find the leak. They can find it with precision expertise, causing minimal discomfort to you and your home. And hey, they fix the problem. But of course, it's also everyday problems like a drippy faucet or a runny toilet, always running. It could be you want to upgrade to a tankless water heater system, or it's time for a new garbage disposal, or you want a taller toilet, a fancy one. They can do all of these things for you there at Cole Plumbing. It's not like you need this every day. Like, I need a plumbing issue fixed every day. But when you do, you want to go with great local folks you can trust. That's Cole Plumbing. Save their number. That number, 279-8919. That's 279-8919. And just remember, folks, when you have trouble with your bowl,
call on Cole.
Oh no, the hammering's back.
Want to carry News Talk in your pocket? Download the News Talk 93.1 app from the App Store. Available on iPhone and Android. Never miss a moment. Download now.
This is David Ernest from the Health and Wealth Show. We like to cut up and have fun, maybe poke a little fun at some politicians, but we don't take ourselves too seriously. One thing we do take seriously is your personal finances and your plans for retirement. You can tell by listening, we're a little different. Yeah, we like to have a good time on the radio, but we're dead serious about your financial future and helping you achieve your goals. At Ernest Financial, we're committed to giving you the attention you need. We don't treat you like a number. You're way more important to us. At Ernest Financial, it's about helping you today and preparing you for tomorrow. People call us who are on the verge of retirement, and they know they need a plan for the future. No matter where you are in life, Ernest Financial will help guide your every step towards retirement. Give us a call and let us show you what our individual customer attention can do for your future.
Concerned about your retirement? Call David Ernest toll free at 833-596-7233. That's 833-596-SAFE.
Are you thinking about selling your home? Here's a question for you. Would you trust your biggest investment to someone who's only doing real estate as a side gig? They've got another job, so how focused are they on getting you the best results? I'm Hannah Grantham, and for us at Forest Meadows Homes and Land, real estate is our full-time and only job.
That's right. You don't have a part-time banker, so why would you have a part-time realtor?
So if you're thinking of selling, think Hannah Grantham and Eddie Bader, and let's make sure your home gets the attention it deserves.
We're full-time agents getting full-time results. Give us a call today, 334-322-0662.
Hello, this is Yasmin Hostin with Beauty and Beyond. We've been advertising with Blue Water Broadcasting for 10 years plus. If you would like to increase your business, use Blue Water Broadcasting radio stations. They get results.
Did you know that radio is the #1 reach platform in all of media? It's true. Call us to find out how to put radio's #1 reach to work for your business. Blue Water Broadcasting. Local folks helping local business.
Live local talk. The River Region's only 24-hour News Talk FM station. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back. The drilling and hammering has subsided for the moment. It'll come back, though. Let's go to Sam on line 1. He's driving down 231. Hey, Sam, how you doing?
Hey, Joey. I'm doing very well heading to Montgomery, but you got me inspired a minute ago when you started up about the Hill attacking Bill. And I had this Quentin Tarantino vision, the movie, Hill, Bill, them two going at each other. They finally had enough. Instead of those fine swords that they had, they attack each other with files. Hillary's laptop against Bill's Epstein files. I can just see them going at it. Oh God, I wish I could spend a few minutes working that. That's what you got out of me. That's all I got.
Yeah, I mean, maybe they turn people against one another. I don't know.
Oh, but listen. In all seriousness, everything I saw reported about the pressure that's being applied to all the conspirators is that they're time and time again I heard, the best deals with the federal government are cut early. And so that's what they're all looking for. Who's going to be the first one? They're talking about how soft Comey is. He'd flip on a car ride to they just drove around the police station the FBI office a couple of times. He'd flip. But, excuse me, I'm choking. But that's what I heard. It's propaganda of the day, but that was being pushed, and I believe it. They're looking for somebody to start those dominoes falling, and I just can't wait. I'm just so excited. I hate to say it. I'm just news junkied out, man.
Well,
all right.
Appreciate it, Sam.
I'm out from Sweet Creek. Yeah, I'm right here at Sweet Creek. You got to go. All right.
Enjoy it. Good spot. For folks just getting wise to this, James Comer, the Republican who heads the House Oversight Committee, says the House Oversight Committee is compelling the following individuals to appear for depositions through issued subpoenas. Now, these will probably be closed-door depositions. But they are calling former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton, former President Bill Clinton. This has all to do with the Epstein case. For a second, I thought it had to do with Russiagate, and Judge Knapp had to correct me. And he's right, because some of these names, well, maybe it is both. There's a lot of overlap with both of them. But yes, Secretary of State, former Hillary Clinton, former President Bill Clinton, former U.S. Attorney General Merrick Garland, former FBI Director James Comey, former U.S. Attorney General Bill Barr, former U.S. Attorney General Alberto Gonzales, former U.S. Attorney General Jeff Sessions. He was just put in the Lawyer Hall of Fame or something for Alabama, I think.
I saw that.
Yeah. Former FBI Director Robert Mueller, former U.S. Attorney General Loretta Lynch, and former U.S. Attorney General Eric Holder. These will all be happening in August, September, and October. And I believe actually the last person on that calendar is Bill on October the 14th.
The main event.
Yeah, he will be the last person to pose. Yeah, maybe this is a bit of a trap for old Billy Boy, or old B.J. Clinton. Bill Jefferson Clinton. Or something like that. That's a heavy hitter list.
When did Epstein allegedly purchase the island? Mid-90s?
I don't remember off the top of my head. It's after he gets in with Leslie Wexner.
Yeah.
Wexner's the one who gives him a lot of these, the big property in Manhattan, the big property in Ohio. Yeah, well, Epstein got full power of attorney.
Yeah.
Or the billion. So it must have been, 90s is my guess, is when the island is.
95, 96, I think.
Yeah,
Somewhere in
something
that
like
range.
that. It's after he meets Wexner.
Going back to the origin story.
Anyway, we got to hit another break. First, is part of the program brought to you by Josh and Leslie Ryder. They're at Dillon Rings. They are a full-service jewelry shop with an incredible inventory, incredible selection. They can do repair work. They can clean up that old jewelry of yours that you love, but you want it to shine and shimmer like it's brand new again. They can help you across the board, but I especially love the custom jewelry they can do there, the custom design work made by Josh. Josh Ryder's a true artist, a little bit of a mad scientist, too. So that's pretty cool. Like when you go back to his lab area, like how he's able to know chemistry and understand how to actually make these things work. I'm like, man, it's so cool. All the technical knowledge is so cool to me.
Okay.
But there is that artistry as well. And if you go to Dillon Ring's Facebook page right now, they have a memorial pendant made from 2 wedding bands. They're asking, what can we make for you? But yeah, you see this, like maybe you have an old piece of jewelry that's a poignant memory of somebody you love, maybe somebody you lost, and you want to recreate it to where it reminds you of that person you love. Or it could be, something fun. Could be, I just want something really nice and something unique. All this is eligible there for great custom design work by Josh at Dillon Rings. Y'all check them out today. Just stop by 119 Brown Springs Road here in Montgomery. That's just off of Atlanta Highway. And be sure to tell Josh and Leslie that Joey, that fellow on the radio, sent you.
Broadcasting from the Riverside Chevrolet Master Control Center, this is WACV Cusana, News Talk 93.1 FM. When it's Chevy, it's Riverside.
With SRN News, I'm John Scott. Attorney General Pam Bondi has ordered the Justice Department to proceed with a probe into the Trump-Russia investigation. The probe follows the release of documents that discredit the inquiry that found Moscow interfered in the 2016 U.S. presidential election in favor of Mr. Trump. Tennessee has carried out an execution that experts say likely marks the first time a man has been put to death with a working defibrillator in his chest. Governor Bill Lee declined Monday to grant a reprieve to Byron Black, who was convicted of the 1998 killings of his girlfriend and her 2 daughters. The defibrillator was not deactivated during the execution. On Wall Street, stocks are mixed. The Dow is ahead 57 points, the NASDAQ losing 69. This is SRN News.
Hey, everybody. Charlie Kirk here. As executive director of Turning Point USA, a national radio host, podcaster, husband, and father of 2, my schedule is about as crazy as it can possibly get. 2 years ago, I made the decision to take control of my health, and I chose PhD Weight Loss and Nutrition because I needed a plan that fit my hectic lifestyle. I travel a lot, and my schedule changes every week, so I need something simple. They customized a plan for my body and my schedule, and I quickly lost 30 pounds. Now I have the energy and focus to get through my busy day. PhD will help you too. They won't let you fail. Just give them a call, schedule your weight loss consultation, and see if their program is right for you. Call 855-696-2020. That's 855-696-2020. The first 11 callers who mention the word healthy will get 2 weeks added to their weight loss package. Call 855-696-2020 and mention the word healthy, or visit them at myphdweightloss.com. That is myphdweightloss.com. It worked for me, and it can work for you. Myphdweightloss.com.
Rich Thomas Weather is brought to you by McPhillips Shinbaum.
My name is Aaron Luck, a partner with the law firm of McPhillips Shinbaum. If you or someone in your family has been seriously injured by the negligence of someone else, call me directly.
262-1911. Rich Thomas Weather.
Hi, everybody. It's August, but temperatures are reasonable compared to last week. My gosh. Today's high temperature in the lower 80s, low tonight down to about 70, and I think we'll be in the 80s probably right on through the end of the week. Meanwhile, scattered to numerous showers and storms will be on the radar each day right on through the end of the week and into the weekend. They will be most numerous, of course, in the afternoon and evening hours, and they tend to fade out at night. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
Budget Floors and More has the best prices. Carpet as low as 69 cents per square foot. LVP starting at $1.29 a square foot. Sheet vinyl as low as 65 cents per square foot. And the lowest prices on flooring installation supplies. Budget Floors and More across from Del Rey to Publix.
From the Blue Water Broadcasting News Center, here's today's top stories. The Autauga County School Board has appointed a new member to represent District 1. Bradley Robbins was sworn in Monday following the resignation of Tracy Strickchick last month. Robbins has 15 years of post-secondary educational experience, having held several roles at Auburn University at Montgomery. A homicide investigation is underway after a man was fatally shot in Midtown Montgomery. 32-year-old Kentarius Couch was shot and killed around 7 a.m. Monday off Ann Street in the 900 block of Charles Street. No additional details, including information about a possible motive or suspect, have been released. According to Mayor Stephen Reed, crime is down in the capital city. At a press conference Monday, the mayor stated the facts remain that violent crime and nonviolent crime are down compared to this time last year. Mayor Reed didn't cite an exact percentage, but in July he stated violent crime was down 28% this year. From the Blue Water Broadcasting News Center, I'm Sky Mosley.
This hour of news and views is brought to you by our good friends at Alabama Home Mortgage. Alabama Home Mortgage, 567-4223. Visit them on the web at myalabamahomemortgage.com. NMLS number 1586368. An equal housing lender.
Want that ride that is fun, affordable, and street legal? Check out ETG Outdoors in Montgomery. They have huge discounts on electric golf carts with many brand new units under 10 grand. New and used inventory, financing available, and they service what they sell. ETG Outdoors even provides lithium battery conversions and free delivery with purchase. Whether it's for the neighborhood, the farm, or just fun, ETG Outdoors, 7006 Vaughn Road, or online at etgoutdoors.com. Cruise smarter. Drive electric. ETG Outdoors. Your ride to freedom starts here.
An official message from Medicare.
I turned 65 this year. I knew it was time to figure out Medicare, and I had questions like when to enroll and how to enroll. So I went straight to the official source, Medicare.gov, to get the facts about Medicare. I found answers to all my questions, and I'm ready to get started. And so can you. Just go to Medicare.gov to get the real facts about Medicare.
Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
The views and opinions of the following program are solely those of the host and other contributors. These do not necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertisers. It's time for Montgomery's conversational radio show. It's news and views on News Talk 93.1 FM. To join the conversation, call 272-9228.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back to the construction site where we're doing a radio show. Byron Sheehy's still in the studio, but also we now have, I thought it was Eddie for a second, but I much prefer this person, Madeline Cannon here.
Not to be mistaken with Eddie. Come on now.
No, I for a second I saw like somebody was coming in. I just heard, and I'm like, oh, much lovelier than Eddie.
Well, thank you.
And just better personality across the board. Looks wise.
Are you listening, Eddie? Are you listening?
Right. I'm just saying, I hope he is. I hope he's listening. So how's it going there at Alabama Home Mortgage?
Going well. I know a lot of people have been calling wanting to know what this most recent Fed meeting means for mortgage rates. Of course, it was a big disappointment. A lot of people had hoped that Trump's pressure on Jerome Powell would have moved rates in a positive way. But what I will say is we are already seeing mortgage investors make adjustments based off of what they're foreshadowing for September. Okay. So a lot of people are thinking that there will be a 0.25% rate cut in September. And because of that, we are already starting to see it in mortgage pricing.
Interesting.
So the average 30-year rate has dropped about a quarter point on the mortgage side. So that's great news. Now, obviously, yet to be determined in September, we'll see what mortgage investors do once that meeting comes into play.
Actually transpires. And that's really what's keeping a lot of people, buyers and sellers, on the sidelines right now, the interest rate.
Yeah, I would say so. That coupled with just the high cost of the average home now.
Yeah.
So, as I've said before, 6% interest rates are not troubling interest rates until you look at it on the average home price being over $400,000. Then it prices people out. They may be able to afford it on paper, but it doesn't leave a whole lot of extra for other things.
It is literally right above me. I apologize.
No, that's okay. I'm trying really hard to focus.
You're doing great. You're doing better than me. You're doing a heck of a lot better than I am.
I have a little practice because I have 2 and 3-year-old always in the background.
Yeah. No, I'm kind of in the moment of like, let's just take the week off until they're finished.
Yeah.
Like, we're done. All right.
Well, for a minute there, it sounded like they were just behind me.
Yeah. No, I could feel that hammer shot in my feet.
Yeah.
Like it was reverberating down. Anyway. Yeah, well, but it does make sense. I've been telling folks, go ahead and get in touch with y'all.
Yes.
And just get the ball rolling. It might not even be like you're that serious about pulling the trigger, but it's good to be set up in the right position, not too late.
That's right. And if you start the process now, and let's say you do find that home in August and we close in August, you're not going to have a payment due until October. So you do skip a month's payment. So I know a lot of people, this is the time of year that leases are coming due to renew. And they're like, we've got to make a decision. Do we re-sign our lease? Do we buy a house? And so we've had that conversation a lot here recently. And you just don't know if it makes sense until we talk the numbers, right? And just like mortgage payments are high, rent is not getting any cheaper either. So I definitely think you owe it to yourself to see how much money you could be saving with an Alabama home mortgage.
And I got talking to Troy Carrico about this yesterday. Y'all still specialize in helping out veterans with the VA home loan stuff?
That's right.
Yeah, and still there are a lot of veterans who think, it's going to take too long, or I don't qualify, or I already used it. It's like none of these things are true.
No, I had a veteran come in the office earlier this week. Well, I'll say earlier this week. Today's Tuesday. So yesterday, Monday. And all the days are running together. And he said, look, I'm a veteran. I qualify for a VA mortgage, but I don't even want to talk about that. And I said, tell me more. Why? I mean, that's an earned benefit. Yeah. And he said, the VA has failed me so much. And I said, I understand that. But I will say the one thing that's not broken about the VA home is the VA home loan program. Yeah. And you won't have to deal with the VA. We will. So once I kind of coached him through that, and he understood that he wasn't going to be, sitting with a VA employee trying to convince them as to why he needed a mortgage. Right. He was a lot more comfortable and confident. But I understand why veterans are hesitant to do that if their only interactions have been negative.
Yeah, and if that, I see why you're right, but it's still the best deal you're gonna get.
100%. Yes, I say 100%. That's funny because it's the only program other than USDA in which you'll get 100% financing. On a cash out refinance, that means you can borrow up to 100% of your home's value.
Wow.
On a purchase, that means you can purchase a home with no money down. Your service is your down payment.
It's really incredible. And so, especially veterans maybe looking at a tight retirement, they've saved, they're in the right position, but it'd be nicer to say that monthly overhead could be brought down, or maybe it could be something like reinvested in the property. There's all sorts of goals people come up with. Restructuring debt.
And the VA, I will say, has safeguards in place to ensure that the veteran does not get themselves in a sticky situation. So we have to keep the loan to value at a certain threshold if we want a certain interest rate. We have to be able to pay off a certain amount of debt and recoup closing costs within 36 months. There's so many boxes we have to check to ensure that veterans are taken care of.
Well, and the turnaround time still a little over 2 weeks?
Yeah, and I would say we probably need to update that. I would say less than 2 weeks now.
Wow.
Yeah.
12, 13 days?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Wow.
So if you're on a tight timeline, we can make it happen. I know we just helped a couple. They lived in Dadeville. We had previously worked with them to refinance their home there on the lake, and life had changed, and they wanted to fulfill their dream of moving to Florida.
Okay.
And so they were able to sell their home in Dadeville, purchase their home in Florida seamlessly, all within 9 days.
And just to remind folks, of course, the company's called Alabama Home Mortgage, but y'all can help folks looking to do homes in Florida, Georgia, and Tennessee.
That's right. We're licensed in all of those neighboring states. So if you're looking to purchase a vacation home, you've got family or friends that live in neighboring states, we're able to help you in any of those states.
Awesome. Well, folks, y'all check them out today. That number's still 567-4223. That's 567-4223. Or you can apply online. Y'all will call them after they do the application online at myalabamahomemortgage.com. There is a difference in mortgage companies. Let Kim Williams and Madeline Cannon here prove that to you today. NMLS number 1586368, equal housing lender. Seems like the construction work has died down for a moment.
They probably heard you.
I don't know if that's going to help. That might make it worse.
Maybe so.
That might make it worse. I'm just wondering, am I going to see a foot through the ceiling at some point, or through the wall, some accident? I don't know. Did you... I'm not going to spend a whole hour, but did you check out any of the Bitcoin stuff I sent you?
I have, but I would like to reserve my thoughts for my next visit.
Okay.
Because I have not finished, and I want to have a thoughtful discussion.
That's fair.
You're sending out info packets?
I sent some conversations.
Okay.
He's trying to win me over.
Yeah, there's all sorts of conversations being had about this new technology and the larger crypto market.
Feel free to CC me on some educational opportunities.
There you go. Group chat.
Yeah, I mean, and there are really a lot of great, like the one I sent you on how mining works. Like there are like great resources that do break down what are fairly complicated and technical process. But I keep telling the everyday person, it's not like you understand how the backbone of the internet works, and yet you use it all the time. And like, yeah, so I think a lot of this stuff is never going to be really known or needed to be known by the average bear. But if you're curious, like how is this thing secured? How does it actually function? A lot of great resources out there. And then I believe I sent you, it was Michael Saylor talking to Jordan Peterson.
Yes.
And I picked that one because Jordan Peterson isn't already in that world.
That's right.
He's not like in the crypto Bitcoins, but he's just a,
and he kind of brings that skeptic,
right,
to it.
And so it's a pretty good conversation because it's not just about Bitcoin. It's about Saylor himself and like the other stuff he's been involved in. I do have a clip I've been kind of sitting on. This is the head of Coinbase. Coinbase is like the largest probably exchange and probably the most prestigious one, working with regulators for years now in the United States. I use Coinbase. I use a few different ones, but I use Coinbase as among those few different ones. And the CEO and founder, I believe, of Coinbase, Brian Armstrong, went on the Sean Ryan podcast. Y'all ever checked out that show?
Yes.
Crazy guy in a great way. But like, I didn't realize like until just a few years ago, that guy was using his special set of skills to live in a pretty depraved, nutso manner. Like off grid.
I'm super late to that party. I did not find out about him until like I'd say the last 6 months, but then I've really been hooked on the episodes here lately.
And so here is, and it's not that long of a clip. This is Sean Ryan talking to Brian Armstrong of Coinbase about, well, what's the deal with Bitcoin here?
Bitcoin is probably the best form of money that's ever created.
What is money to you?
Yeah. Well, to me, money is really like a medium of exchange. And it came out of this need from the barter system not fully working, right? Like if I grow apples and you raise beef and I kind of want some beef, but you don't need my apples right now, you got enough apples, it's like that's a barrier to a trade happening, right? So
in economics, I think they call that a double coincident of want. Like, yeah, you need a medium of
helps
exchange.
if we have this common medium of exchange that can be used to price things and just allow a transaction to happen even if you don't need the exact good that I produce, right? And over time, lots of things have been used as money, right? Like people used salt as money at one point. In prisons, people use like cigarettes or different food items as money. Seashells, famously, all these like kind of things. And there's certain properties of money that make it good money or bad money, right? Like scarcity is one of those. Can people just if you can just find a bunch more seashells on the ocean, on the beach, then that's like a bad form of money, right? Or durability. Like, will the thing deteriorate over time? Like bread or something like that is probably like a bad form of currency because it goes bad, it rots, right? How portable is it? Like, a bar of gold is great as like a store of value, which by the way is another good property of money, but it's hard to move gold. Like if I need to pay somebody in Japan, like I need to fly that bar of gold, right? Or how subdivisible is it, right? Can I like chip off a little flake of gold to pay for my coffee, or so people look at these different properties of money and you can kind of score different monies. And like this is partly why I think Bitcoin is probably the best form of money that's ever created, because it is scarce, provably scarce, just like gold or something like that. But it's more portable than gold. You can send a Bitcoin transaction kind of anywhere in the world pretty quickly. It's subdivisible down to like 8 decimal places. It's very durable. It's not going to go bad, and it's like it's fungible too. Like that if I have one Bitcoin, it's just as good as another Bitcoin, right? Like imagine if you had like different purities of metals and like, oh, is this one diluted a little bit, or like are they hiding some lead in there? So yeah, I think you could think of Bitcoin as like a digital gold, and it has some of the best properties of gold, but some of the ones that gold doesn't have too, like the portability and subdivisibility, the programmability too. A little, I would say you can use it in different set up different contracts with it and things like that. So that's kind of what money is to me. It's intended to be a medium of exchange. And I think crypto is really providing a better alternative on that dimension.
And, you know, whether you buy it or not, folks, like it seems to be all the rage in Washington, D.C. these days. And it is moving faster and faster forward. How about this? Can you stick around for a little while? Do you want to?
Yeah, I'd be happy to.
Because I want your take on some history teacher that just went viral on TikTok.
All right.
And she's got the crazy lady liberal arts vibes going on.
All right. Well, let's see.
Like, I have an English degree from Dartmouth. You will listen to every word I say. I don't know how I ended up teaching history with that English degree, but it's just words.
I think you like to beat up on me because I have an English degree from a liberal arts college.
I almost had an English degree. Don't get me wrong.
But I followed it up with a law degree, so I didn't stop there.
Right. But because you were in that world, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Exactly. Yes.
Oh, yeah. There's a certain energy out there that's, you'll notice it as soon as I play the clip. More of that when we come back.
He may not know whether he's coming or going, but whether you're going to work or coming home, Greg Budell is there. Mornings, 6 till 9, and afternoons, 3 till 6. Only on News Talk 93.1 FM, WACV.
What's your biggest investment? More than likely, it's your home. So treat it that way when you hire a painting contractor. At PBS Painting, there are no gimmicks, no $99 specials. Just quality painting and someone who treats your home with the same respect that you do. At PBS Painting, we have been painting for years and look forward to many more years to come. With PBS Painting, the job gets prepped properly, whether it's cleaning, scraping, or priming. We always use quality products, which is a must for a quality paint job. So if you're looking for a painter that doesn't need upfront money and is on the job at all times, then please give me a call. Scott Bowers and PBS Painting, 294-5122. That's PBS Painting, 294-5122. Look at some of our work on Facebook at PBS Painting Montgomery.
Hi, it's Jonathan Cotton with the Good Feet Store. When your feet aren't properly supported, it can affect your whole body, your back, your ankles. You might be thinking there's no way something as simple as Good Feet arch supports can help me. Well, that's exactly what Bill thought.
My feet would just ache, my back would hurt, my ankles, everything just hurt. And I'd seen the commercial several times before I finally said, I'm going to do this. And I'll be darned if it didn't work. I feel a million times better than I ever did.
Visit the Good Feet store for a free fitting and test walk. If you want to live free from pain, come visit the Good Feet store and take the first step towards a more comfortable, healthier you. Wendy's experience might inspire you too.
Since wearing my arch supports from the Good Feet store, my back pain is gone and my feet don't hurt as much. And as I look into the future without pain, I see myself being even more adventurous, joyful, and full of possibility.
Visit goodfeet.com to book your appointment today.
Are you tired of the mainstream media's biased reporting? Do you want to stay informed on the news that really matters to you? Look no further than 1819 News. At 1819 News, we bring you the latest in Alabama news, politics, sports, culture, and more. We've assembled a team of journalists with Alabama values dedicated to the truth and the truth alone. Visit us at 1819news.com today. That's 1819news.com. Subscribe to our newsletter. Honest News, Alabama Values. This hour of news and views is brought to you by our good friends at Alabama Home Mortgage. Alabama Home Mortgage, 567-4223. Visit them on the web at myalabamahomemortgage.com. NMLS number 1586368. An equal housing lender.
On FM, on your smartphone, and online, the River Region's most trusted voice. News Talk 93.1 FM, WACV.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back. Well, it's time to go to crazy Looney Tune land. This is apparently a history teacher, a teacher of children about history. And this started, well, I mean, it's real history. It's just how do you...
I meant teacher.
Oh, right. Well, how do you how do you frame history? History's so multifaceted, so complex and complicated that really, to draw that thread, that story, like it could be all sorts of different ways of viewing this thing, like different perspectives. And maybe we're bringing our sort of imperialist, like white, like Christian perspective, and that's just one among many. What's true in this world? I'm going to shut up and just let this woman talk. I was trying to channel her inner ethos, but we'll try to make it through this.
I will die on this hill. I'm specifically talking about the Inga here. We're not talking about the Mexica. That's a whole separate type of sacrifice.
Okay, that's just a few seconds. We're talking about the Indu? Or the Inca? Sika? Well, let's just but sacrifice. I heard that word. Sacrifice.
That's all I got.
Okay.
Wanton Suyu, the Quechua people of the Incan Empire.
Incan.
They practiced sacrifices like most other civilizations throughout history did in times of crisis. So famine, natural disasters. But the unique thing about the Quechua is that when you're looking at like the Incan civilization, you essentially have the elites and then you have everyone else. Sacrifices were volunteers from the elite class because they believed that the elites were closer to the gods and could therefore appease them better. Also, in terms of sacrifice, they were kind about it. Hear me out. Because unlike the Mexica, when you're like ripping out a still beating heart out of someone's chest, the Inca would intentionally use coca leaves and would use chicha and would drug up the sacrifice and then leave them on a mountain, a cold, chilly mountain, to be exposed to the elements.
It's humane. It's humane. Like, why are y'all looking at me like I had 3 heads? What is this?
No, I'm making that face because she's making the argument that that's a humane way to treat someone.
And it's also, it's like all y'all getting all up in arms over like child sacrifice. It was voluntary child sacrifice where they drugged up the children and then they let them slowly freeze to death. That's not that bad.
A bunch of liberal parents back then were allowing their kids to raise their hand for a sacrifice and couldn't undo that, right?
Oh, that would never happen in today's society.
No.
Which, if you're good, a volunteer sacrifice, heavily drugged before you die.
Yeah.
Also, I mean, I can equate human sacrifice throughout history to so many things.
Yeah.
And I think the fact that a lot of people are commenting, oh, but the sacrifice is again indicative of the fact that you have received a quite white education because you are knowing them for the bad things that they have done and not all of the wonders that they accomplished. So I hope that this maybe helps you understand a different part of my most favorite civilization of all time, the Inca.
I don't know if that helped, lady.
I wish we could like time travel her back. She could be one of those sacrifices for the Incans.
She did start that she would die on this hill.
Oh yeah, there you go.
That's good catch. Yeah. Like, and it's stuff like that where you're like, okay, you're a nerd about the whole Inca thing.
Yeah.
Like the Incan or whatever they're called.
Who in the world is spending time commenting on like all this stuff that she's posting? Like,
she acts like this is a real big topic.
Well, and if you like are a little emotional or like you have a moral like outrage over the idea of child sacrifice, it's like, well, that's just because you have a white history.
Well, I guess they're trying to rationalize they do child sacrifice through all this transgender of children every day.
Oh yeah. I think we're on the same wavelength. That's what I was thinking too. The elite volunteer their kids.
Right.
Yeah. All right.
Bless her heart. Bless her kids' heart.
Well, and also, like, why is it because you learned a white history? Like, I'm sure you could find plenty of so-called white people that did sacrifice too.
Sure.
But like, you're also seeing in places that ended that practice, like reacting to places that still engage that. It was only in emergencies. It was only elite kids that were volunteered. They volunteered. The 8-year-old volunteered.
I wonder if she'd apply that same logic to say slavery.
Right. But I mean, like, yeah.
Would she been up in arms if they had taken from the poor people that didn't volunteer? I mean, like, it was kind of weird that that was such a, important thing to her. Like, these people volunteered to sacrifice themselves.
And it's stuff like that where I'm like, all right, I think we should abolish public education. I think we should abolish schools in general. Like, what do we actually, we're just pop a few mediocre adults in front of the kids, which are you really hoping they learn something? Or are you more like, God, I got to go to work. Where do I put the kid?
It's the latter.
Yeah. I'm not a parent, and so I don't want to be too crass about it, but it's kind of more a daycare function.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the modern day school day lasting from 8 to 3, and then extended day programs till 5 o'clock. It was all meant to coincide with the adult's work schedule.
With the bell, the whistle. I mean, it's all.
Oh, yeah. And that's the training of the kids to enter those same systems of work. Yes.
Because you can't really tell me that they're actually learning that whole day through. Right. And so that's why so many people are going to half day programs or homeschool co-ops or, because they understand that traditional school is broken in a big way.
Yeah. And, I don't want white-centered history. I just kind of like human history and all its funky patterns and ways. But there are also differences in the cultures and history played out in particular ways. And
I just never knew history to be something that changed depending on how or who was listening to it.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can present it from different worldviews, right? But the fact that we want to act like certain views don't exist.
I just really like the Inca, and how dare you just say they're savages?
Wait, because of my whiteness, am I supposed to look down on the Incas for the way that they sacrifice people or chose it? Like, I'm still confused. Like,
well, she's telling you no, that you shouldn't.
Right, because it's not what you're thinking.
Okay.
And a lot of
people
just
wouldn't understand by
a lot of people practice child sacrifice.
Okay.
Right.
You just had no frame of reference.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Good.
And they were on the beautiful mountaintop when it happened.
But it was a chilly night.
Right. Goodness gracious. This issue is addressed, and it's stupid to call it white history. Isn't it kind of like in the Old Testament, the whole sacrifice of Isaac?
Mm-hmm.
And then actually don't do that? And you could read that and go, that's really weird. Without context, you're like, why is God telling him to sacrifice his son? And in the last second, no, don't do it. Because in a, say, anthropological sense, there's probably a lot of child sacrifice going on. And this particular God, in that time period, competing with a bunch of others, goes, no, don't do that. And if you know where the story ends up, he's like, I've already taken care of it. You don't have to sacrifice people, children, animals. Actually, the whole point is stop sacrificing one another. I'll bear the price. Now, is that a white history or is that more just a Christian history?
So not your son, but mine.
Right.
Yeah.
Or a part of the integral part of early Jewish history. What is this? It's crazy.
Whatever it is, we forgot because, we had this little period, but we took a bunch of women and tied them to poles and set them on fire because we thought that they were witches. So,
Well, they wouldn't shut up.
Those women. They should be seen, not heard.
No, but again, look at what's going on with the whole, it's a certain demographic, all their kids are trans. You're like, are you? There's a little bit of this weird witchy woman thing going on.
Groupthink. I mean, it's just regurgitation of some information that someone else presented to them instead of doing any sort of legwork on their own, finding a conflicting, antidote or some studies that show that this may not be what you think it is. No, man, that's too much work.
Well, I mean, the kids are having enough trouble as is, with new technologies, and I can't imagine being a kid and it's the screen always in front of you. Thank God I had a life before the screen was always.
It's a parent problem. It's a parent problem. Just because technology exists doesn't mean that your child has to be consumed by it. But people, you'll be out eating and you'll have toddlers that are glued to a tablet. And I understand the appeal because mom and dad just want to sit and have dinner and not have to occupy them. But in the long run, what are you doing?
Right.
We don't have tablets.
Oh, yeah.
So I may have my kid throwing food on the floor, but I'd much rather pick up, food off the floor than have them addicted to a phone by the time they're 5.
Well, and then you send them to school and you think, well, it's a safe spot where, they can learn a few things and I can go to work and stuff. And then you figure out you're learning what?
Right.
You want to volunteer for what?
Mm-hmm.
That's
what amazes me. It's just the trust that parents have to have that them sending their kids to school, they're going to be educated to be able to function properly. I couldn't do it as a parent. I'd have to homeschool to at least some.
And I think there are more and more people making that choice.
If you had asked me before children, I would have said that's crazy. But now that I have my own children and I'm having to make those decisions and my youngest is getting to where he's going to start pre-K, You know, things change your mind view.
Oh, sure.
I want to just, look at the education model and take kids as you cluster them together, whatever their interest, aptitude, whatever is appropriate, and kind of have them as pods and have the teachers come to them instead of the old, go to this whistle and then this whistle.
It could actually make a better even market for teachers.
Yeah.
Like teachers that are really good at what they do, especially if you have a virtual aspect to it. Like you can have the best teacher very, very present. Like it won't just be a screen. Like the stuff they're coming out with now, Meta's doing it. It's a screen, but when you're in front of that screen, it looks like you're sitting there right in front of me like you are now.
Oh, I can't.
And so if you could take like a world-class teacher, and of course you have supervision, they're actually with the kids, but you could have fantastic educational opportunity with modern tech that isn't just completely reliant on the tech. Like just look at this tablet all day kid.
Mm-hmm.
No, use the tech to supplement a much more dynamic, to your point, curated, defined, customized to the kid and their aptitudes and interests.
Like nobody has textbooks anymore.
Yeah.
Everything's on a Chromebook or a tablet.
Is that really the case now?
Yeah. I mean, for a lot of school programs, it is. And I'm like, okay, these kids don't know how to use like an index or a glossary or anything like that. All they do is they type in what they're looking for and it comes up. And I don't know, like there's something to be said about having a tangible book.
Sure.
And being able to read an actual book and not have a tablet that reads it aloud for you or does all these things. So I don't know. I think we need to pat ourselves on the back that we were educated before AI.
And before the standardized test became like the end all be all that every school system was judged by.
Yeah, and they just teach you the test. They don't teach you to be a critical thinker.
Right.
Right.
Well, and that's, I mean, I kind of wrote about that this week. Like a lot of what I learned in school was a technique of learning real quick and then not
regurgitation
and just forgetting.
Yeah.
And also the technological boom has reinforced that technique, that lesson, because you can just look everything up.
Sure.
Like, why do you need to just consume everything to memory? And I think there is something to be said about not just rote memorization, because I think that really can turn people off to learning, but like actually learning something by heart.
Yeah.
And not everybody's a great orator or great with words. And not everybody's going to be able to spout a soliloquy from Shakespeare or whatever. Like only few people really have those sort of chops and those skills, but you don't have to be able to like speak a great famous speech or a great song or whatever verbatim, but it can still be there in your heart. Like that still kind of informs you. You think of it in certain moments.
Towards the end of my academic career was a thing called turnitin.com.
Yeah.
And you would have to upload your essays or written assignments and it would flag for plagiarism.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I don't know how they do it today because all these kids just pick up their phones and say, hey, Chat GPT, I need a, 4-page paper on, whatever the subject matter is. And it spits it out and puts it in a PDF. They slap their name on it and turn it in.
The fact that the kids are allowed to do the assignments away from the classroom, that seems like an easy fix around all the
That's a good point.
AI, what do you call it, plagiarism and everything else that these kids were just turning in garbage work without doing it on their own. Do it in class.
Good point.
Actually, I think all the hysterics of this segment, I was wrong. I think the lady's got something. Some point.
You've been convinced.
I want to read more about the Inca. Hey, Croc, tell me about the Inca child sacrifice.
What was the Chica stuff she was talking about?
I don't know. She was just spitting out some fancy sounding words.
Well, and you go far enough back in Western, so-called traditional Western civilization, Rome and much of the Greek experience and all this stuff. And I'm sure like ancient Europe and like ancient Britain and all this. But like you go far enough back in the native cultures of North and South America and the Chinese and the Japanese experience, you're going to probably find a lot of really gnarly stuff.
There's something
that we rightfully have a moral outrage against. And then the question becomes, where did that moral outrage come from? As much as you could nerd out, because I love Western civilization, we got to protect it. And I want to read all the stuff about Rome. How many of you actually resonate with those people that lived at that time? And I would say very few. Like Marcus Aurelius's Meditations is pretty great, but like most of the stuff is very foreign. It's like they don't have that same moral instinct we do. And so you got to start asking the question, where did that come from? Where did that outrage to something like child sacrifice, even if they're drugged up and just they peacefully freeze to death that make the crops grow? Like, where did that moral outrage come from? You're like, to say that moral outrage is because you have a white-centered point of view is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. And I've heard a lot of dumb crap lately. It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. And I'm so tired of things being reduced down to the shallowest interpretation. But it plays with the dum-dums that seem to be out having more kids than the rest of us. About to say something else. The construction's got me all worked up. Anyway, like, it's just, can't we get back to something a little deeper and understand some of these changes instead of it being like, well, I'm going to use this as a little cudgel to be like, I'm better than you because I don't center my whiteness, even though I'm like, and you did.
You're slipping into Lindsey Graham as you're saying this.
Well, Lindsey needs to recenter himself.
Do you know anybody whiter than Lindsey Graham? That's a good voice. You're going to be average white.
Yeah, I was doing my nerd voice yesterday. Yeah.
There's something
my
weird.
numbers.
There's something weird going on with the number of stories around this, like over the past couple of weeks. Like 3 or 4 days ago, there was an article or some sort of coverage where some lady was just pointing out that if you look far back at any point, every culture cannibalized infants, at some point.
Yeah.
Like, why is the left compelled to talk about human sacrifice and all the harm that used to happen to children thousands and thousands of years ago? Like, your narrative didn't land.
The Titan Kronos ate all of his children until his son, and this is after Kronos castrates his father Uranus at the behest of Gaia, and then he consumes because the kid grows up, they're going to supplant me as a leader, so I've got to just eat them all. And it's like, yeah, that's Greek. Like, that, all that stuff's gnarly. It's interesting. It's kind of cool to learn about because of how gnarly it is. And it's like, this is how people first interpreted the beginning of the world and the cosmos. But you don't go, you know what? From a certain perspective, they're right. Like, that's not how it should work. And if you aren't willing to be that open-minded, you're just, okay, Whitey. Just keep being centered in your white. It's the dumbest thing ever. Anyway, we got other problems with the kids, but RFK Jr. is on top of it.
Are you talking about the vaccines? No.
That's an issue too. Did you see they're starting to move on SNAP benefits?
Yes, they're not going to let you have sodas.
Yes, and other junk food. We'll get into that after this break.
Want to carry News Talk in your pocket? Download the News Talk 93.1 app from the App Store. Available on iPhone and Android. Never miss a moment. Download now.
I'm Jim Smith with Adams Drugs, and what our customers say about our business is the most important advertising tool. I'm here with Ronnie Taunton, who is a longtime customer of Adams Drugs, moved away for 3 years, and came back to town recently. Ronnie, how easy was it to move your business back to Adams Drugs?
Jim, it was very easy. All we did was make a phone call to the store in Prattville. That's where we live now, and they took it from there, and I didn't do anything else.
What has your overall experience been like here at Adams Drugs?
Well, we are glad to be back with Adams. We've had quite an experience in some towns we lived in, and they have great service. You can tell that the employees are glad to be there to serve you, and I couldn't ask for any more. Whatever formula the Vinson family has, they need to keep it in a safe place because it's certainly working.
Come into any of our 12 Adams Drugs locations. Visit us at adamsdrugs.net to find the location nearest to you. Adams Drugs is your independently owned Health Mart pharmacy. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
Sell your house the easy way. Call Rapid Fire Home Buyers today.
Do you have real estate problems? Whether you're facing foreclosure, inherited a property, or have costly repairs, we understand. At Rapid Fire Home Buyers, we're here to help. Any condition, any situation, we'll give you an honest cash offer for your home so you can move forward. We've dealt with more real estate problems than anyone else in the River region. If you're dealing with foreclosure, major repairs, or having trouble selling your home, we will buy your house today. We've worked with hundreds of homeowners in the River region. It's easy to get started. Just call 334-675-1000 to claim your cash offer today. That's 334-675-1000. Because when real estate problems cause uncertainty, you deserve a solution you can trust. Any condition, any situation, we're here to help. Call 334-675-1000 to claim your cash offer for your house.
Sell your house the easy way. Call Rapid Fire Home Buyers today.
Hi, I'm Jennifer Pestruccelli, General Sales Manager and co-owner of Blue Water Broadcasting.
For over 21 years, Blue Water Broadcasting has been a proud part of the river region. We're not just a company, we're your neighbors. Our owners, air staff, account executives, and support team all live right here. We believe in this community, and we stand by our slogan, Blue Water Broadcasting, local folks helping local business.
This hour of news and views is brought to you by our good friends at Alabama Home Mortgage. Alabama Home Mortgage, 567-4223. Visit them on the web at myalabamahomemortgage.com. NMLS number 1586368, an equal housing lender.
The Rich Thomas Weather Network, brought to you by Alabama Wholesale Lumber. Alabama Wholesale Lumber, serving the river region with the best quality building materials for decades. Contractor to do-it-yourselfer. Call Alabama Wholesale Lumber.
Rich Thomas Weather.
Hi, everybody. It's August, but temperatures are reasonable compared to last week. My gosh. Today's high temperature in the lower 80s, low tonight down to about 70, and I think we'll be in the 80s probably right on through the end of the week. Meanwhile, scattered to numerous showers and storms will be on the radar each day right on through the end of the week and into the weekend. They will be most numerous, of course, in the afternoon and evening hours, and they tend to fade out at night. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
Welcome to Eclectic Coins, Montgomery's largest coin dealer, specializing in buying and selling investment-grade gold and silver coins. And they have a large selection of rare coins and coins from around the world. Visit them at 543 Northeastern Boulevard or on the web at eclecticcoins.com. Eclectic Coins, where collectors who know go.
When news happens, you'll hear about it first. The River Region's most trusted voice. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Welcome back.
Did you not get the memo?
I didn't want to say it, but hair.
Hair too.
No, I was just realized Madeline and I are matching today. Mine's a little darker for screen, but still for screen kind of.
I think we're trying to pull fall along, aren't we? We're kind of in fake fall right now.
We are. That pressure drop is what I noticed. More than the rain or it cooled down. I'm like, it just like you see it in the tires on your car. You're like, man, that's a pressure drop.
Well, just wait. It'll be 100 degrees again in a couple days.
Yeah, fake fall is not supposed to be until late September.
Yeah, well, this is fake fall 1.
Now, one thing I'm trying to do is make sure I eat right in the summer here. Continue, like I'm doubling down on that this week because I know when it gets cold, I want to eat all the mac and cheese. I want to eat all the just the warm.
You're saving those calories and carbs for later.
Yeah, exactly. Go into bear mode for the winter. Yeah.
We were talking at home. We can't wait for crock pot meals.
Yes.
Where you put everything in the crock pot, leave, go to work, come home, dinner's already ready.
It's been a while since I've done like a pot roast, like a crock pot roast sort of thing where it just falls apart. That could be good. And I know now there's all sorts of crock pot recipes.
I mean, taco soup, yum, chicken and dumplings.
Yeah.
All the things.
So eating right's good. And you can find a lot of tasty things. It's not like you got to eat chicken breasts and rice all the time.
That's right.
But when we think about supporting people who aren't as advantaged, or folks who maybe got unlucky, or folks that made bad decisions and really screwed the pooch of their own life, folks that need assistance, there's this thing called like SNAP and a few programs like that where folks, need a little help and to buy food. And I think most people, even like folks like me, that's like, actually the government should be abolished, are kind of like, I will cut war stuff before I cut like safety net stuff to a degree, because this change is being brought forward by Bobby Kennedy and team. I think that's also the Secretary of Agriculture, Brooke Rollins, right there behind him. I don't know who that short guy with no neck is, but maybe we'll find out in the clip. But here's Bobby Kennedy announcing, how they're going to try to fight the fat kids or stop junk food being used by something like, take it away, Secretary Kennedy.
Thank you, Secretary Rollins. I've said again and again publicly that Secretary Rollins is the best USDA secretary in history. And the reason for that is up until this point, every USDA secretary has focused on food quantity. This is the first USDA secretary who is focused on food quality, on nutrient-dense food, on food that is actually going to increase the health of the American people at a time when we are in a chronic disease crisis. Her changes to the SNAP program are emblematic of that commitment. SNAP, SNAP, we're spending $405 million a day on SNAP.
Damn.
Wow.
About 10% is going to sugary drinks. And between,
wait, $40 million a day to soda? Government dollars? Through SNAP he said if it's $400 million a day, 10% of that is the sugary drinks. Damn.
That's wild.
Like I got a Red Bull here, sugar free.
Would be included on SNAP.
Right. Well, because it's tasty. They've done a good job with the alternatives now. And I just know from practical, trying to lose weight, the sugary drinks, I just put down 200 calories like nothing if I'm drinking a Coke. And it's so easy to drink 4 or 5 of those bad boys. And okay, there goes my half my calories for the day. And people just don't even think of that way. They're like, oh, it tastes good. I always get a Coke. I always get a Dr. Pepper. Kind of gross.
Yeah, they're empty.
Yeah. So, okay, 400 million a day, 10% on sugary drinks. I think the number is about to go up, though. Let's listen in.
And between, and if you add candies to that, it's about 13 to 17%. And we all believe in free choice. We live in a democracy. People can make their own choice about what they're going to buy and what they're not going to buy. If you want to buy a sugary soda, you ought to be able to do that.
But not on the government.
U.S. taxpayers should not pay for that.
There you go.
Here.
U.S. taxpayers should not be paying to feed kids foods, the poorest kids in our country, with foods that are going to give them diabetes. And then my agency ends up through Medicaid and Medicare paying for those injuries. So we're going to put an end to that, and we're doing it step by step, state by state.
So I kind of applaud this move.
I would argue too. He said we shouldn't be giving them food that leads to. It's not food. It's nothing but chemicals.
A lot of that too. Yeah.
I mean, holding people accountable for how they spend the money has to be done, but what goes into the food is equally as trouble in a lot of cases. How it's being spent.
There were years where I think of what I ate, and you just live off the vending machine. How many hot fries can you eat before you turn into some science experiment? But
right.
And all those candy bars
are what you eat.
Yeah, but all those candy bars are tasty. Don't get me wrong, but that you're living off Snickers and hot fries and Ruffles chips. And
have you ever watched Food Inc.?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
A while ago.
It messed you up, man.
Yeah,
trash in, trash out.
Mm-hmm. And for instance, I love when I was in Auburn, I love some Guthrie's, but doing that every day, mixing in wine and beer too, that's gonna mess you up a little bit. It's just, and again, it's a free country. You can mess yourself up. You really do have that free choice. The issue becomes the moral hazard that other people will have to bear the cost of that, not just you. And especially young children, they keep pointing out metabolic disorder is the main driver of so many of the long-term medical problems that are very costly and also hurt quality of life with kids. So, here comes our
man of the hour,
favorite fella.
I'm in your seat.
Now you good.
I'm sure he ate a healthy lunch there at Shashy's. I'm sure he got something healthy, right?
What'd you get at Shashy's, Eddie?
Let's see. I went with meatloaf and some veggies.
Oh, well, he did make a little bit of a healthier choice today.
Because they were out of bonbons.
Mom, meatloaf!
Meatloaf it is.
Get the meatloaf. What'd she do
best
back there,
key
man?
pie in town, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I love that place, man.
So what do you think of the cutting off the needy poor kids from sodas and candy and stuff?
I'm down with that program.
Yeah?
Yeah, 100%.
But, you've had humble beginnings, but you don't mind that?
No, we had sugar-free Kool-Aid.
Really?
Yeah.
Was it good?
Yeah, but no, it wasn't. It was garbage. But what we had to do...
was it like white people Kool-Aid, or did you put
worse?
Oh, God.
Worse, because it had saccharin in it.
Oh, no.
That's why
It made it taste fuzzy.
Yeah.
But, I've never been a big fan of us contributing to that. That's no.
Okay, I like
and that way, if we're growing up together and Joey gets snacks and I don't, well, maybe if I make my life a little bit better, I'll be able to provide snacks for my kids. And
Okay.
that's what we did.
Right. Now, how do you feel about child sacrifice in ancient cultures? Are you against it because you're white?
Not necessarily because I'm white. I just don't know if that's the right
that's
thing to do.
exactly what a honky would
It
say.
sounds like some colonialism, if I can say it right. But yeah, I'm not down with that.
You had too much saccharin. You can't say words.
Did you have Tang growing up?
Yes, we did, but I'll tell you why off here.
Okay.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It
That's just
wasn't-
something you don't see anymore.
You don't.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
That and I used to drink a lot of Yoo-Hoos, and they finally come back, but they're not the same.
Oh, it's not the same?
No, not at all.
Fake chocolate milk.
Yep. Chocolate water,
Yeah.
which is really gross when you think about it, but what it is.
272-9228. So I'm all for it. Let's see who this is on line one. You're on there. Who's this?
Joey, you would know, and Madeline, you ain't got one big enough, but I had a job. I would have volunteered for sacrifice at about 16 years old. I did, damn.
Get all drugged up, just go to sleep one cold night?
His mama could have made another one just like it that very night, and I could have started again.
Error free. No problems.
She talking about garbage in, garbage out. You making casseroles in a crock pot, and you come on now. You
I don't own that crock
What's
pot.
wrong with the crock pot?
I know haters gonna
Yeah,
hate. I
yeah.
said it's almost time for crock pot
Ooh,
meals.
it's crock pot season coming up.
Yes.
Nobody's anti-crock pot.
I hope
No, it
not.
sounds like this guy on the phone is.
Nah, Craig is. Craig calls a crock pot lazy.
You need to be catching, killing, or growing at least 70% of what you consume, and then you can start talking. Get your sugar from honeybees, raise quail for poultry, chicken for eggs. What was you said, living off the grid, and y'all didn't understand it?
You don't understand living off the grid, Joey?
I've heard about living off the grid.
Imagine going camping.
Yeah.
But forever.
Right. I knew a person who did that for several years, said it was very, very tough.
Oh,
And they
no
started
doubt.
living back on the grid.
Yeah,
Because it's
no
like, this is
doubt.
too tough.
Kind of makes you appreciate some stuff.
It's not tough at all. You just work a lot.
Yeah.
You gotta grow stuff. You got, you kill a cow. You gotta learn how to butcher him down. It's the thing why I didn't understand a cow is not all steaks. Is you get tongue and liver, and you get all kinds of stuff, and you can't throw anything away. Just like when you kill a pig, the only thing you throw away is the squeak.
Now, is it extra tasty as like they're in their death throes and you're already eating them?
What do you mean?
Hey, if you got nothing else, if you so much you're not letting the kids have tabs, those parents that are giving their kids phones, what do the parents have in their hands? They got phones in their hands, because guess what? Little pictures have big ears. They're going to imitate what mama and daddy do to a large degree. So
Think
if
you're right.
mama and daddy ain't staring at a phone, guess what? Raising kids was pretty simple to me. Had a girl child, when she felt like she wanted to dress like a damn hooker, I said, knock yourself out, but mom and daddy ain't paying for it. You buy your own hooker clothes, we'll buy you this
I love it.
Yeah, guess what? When she got a paycheck, she didn't buy no hooker clothes.
I bet
She
not.
put it up and wore what we provided.
Yep.
So when obesity kicked modesty out of the food chain, yeah, they need to discontinue. It's a lifestyle. That not only do they get SNAP, they get all the benefits. Try to hire somebody for $10 or $12 an hour. They will tell you right quick that they can't afford to take a $10, $12 an hour job, because they'll lose their benny.
Not unless it's
Oh,
cash.
yeah.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
They get housing, they get insurance, they get food. They are cradled to the grave. But they got money for that big screen TV and that $1,000 cell phone. Check it out next time you ride by.
Oh, you're right about that. Well, I think you've set us straight here, sir.
Look, I can agree with him on everything, except I will have taco soup in my crock pot in just a
Okay.
month or so.
Don't
You do the white
it.
taco soup?
Artificial imitation got red food color number 9. Don't make the children. I'm telling you, they'll act up. You're going to have to beat on them, and you're going to get thrown in jail for beating on your kids. Spanking is wrong nowadays.
They won't eat it anyway.
You have come a long way. When you first started talking on the radio, you didn't say a whole lot and had that deer in the headlight look, but you've opened up. I think you could take over for Eddie.
I think
And
she
he
could.
get a few more hours in at the job.
There you go. I appreciate the high praise.
Well, I appreciate the call, man.
That's great.
Anyway.
What you doing tomorrow? I got some stuff. You could sit right here. That'd be nice.
Yeah, well, I hope I have some stuff,
You know,
aka some
okay.
loans to be working on.
I want to share this with the audience. Like, y'all just heard all that.
Yeah.
Tomorrow at 2, we're supposed to have a candidate to be the next Attorney General of the great state of Alabama, Catherine Robertson. She's supposed to be here in studio. What am I supposed to do if I'm trying to interview Catherine, this lovely, brilliant
where they
woman.
interview folks in cars? That might be your best bet at this.
Yeah, I might have to go get a
You got the van.
GoPros.
You
Yeah,
got the van out there.
Yeah.
You
No,
can't
not the van.
knock
Yeah,
on the
not the
wall
van.
and tell
Not
them
the
to hold it down for a minute.
Yeah, maybe. Like it's just like it's going to be a little. I just feel embarrassed.
Well, I'm really struggling because this part of my headset doesn't work, so I can only hear you through one ear.
Oh, Eddie's gonna fix that. How about this? Let's hit our top of the hour break. We'll come back and figure something out with this from the construction site.
That's
More
why I kept holding
after
it
this.
because I was.
Broadcasting from the Riverside Chevrolet Master Control Center, this is WACV Cusada, News Talk 93.1 FM. When it's Chevy, it's Riverside.
With SRN News, I'm John Scott. Texas Democrats who fled the state as Republicans look to redraw the Lone Star State's congressional lines are remaining in Illinois at the invitation of Democrat Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker. Meanwhile, in California, the state's dominant Democrats are maneuvering to counter the Texas action by boosting Democratic House seats in the liberal-leaning state. More than 800 structures are being threatened now by a massive wildfire burning through Los Padres National Forest in central California. Officials say the Gifford fire spans more than 129 square miles of Santa Barbara and San Luis Obispo counties with 7% containment. More than 1,900 personnel are battling that blaze. Stocks are lower, the Dow dropping 67 points and the NASDAQ composite down 95. This is SRN News.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Hi, I'm Chuck McDowell, the timeshare cancellation guy. In 2011, I founded Wesley Financial Group with one goal in mind, to help honest folks out of their timeshares permanently. Today, I run Wesley with my two sons, a real family business, treating every client and every employee like we'd want our own family treated. That philosophy has helped us grow into the largest, most trusted timeshare cancellation company in the United States. Fortune magazine even recognized us as one of the best places to work. Why? Because we genuinely care. In fact, some of our former clients were so moved by their experience working with us, they joined our team so they could help others to timeshare freedom. If you're stuck in a timeshare, give us a call. Let our family help your family.
Call Wesley now for your free timeshare exit kit. 800-226-5454. That's 800-226-5454. 800-226-5454.
The Rich Thomas Weather Network, brought to you by Montgomery Paint and Body. From little fender benders to total body repair, MPB will fix it good as new, maybe better. For 4 decades, the Turner family has been getting you back on the road. Call 279-7325.
Rich Thomas Weather.
Hi, everybody. It's August, but temperatures are reasonable compared to last week. My gosh. Today's high temperature in the lower 80s, low tonight down to about 70, and I think we'll be in the 80s probably right on through the end of the week. Meanwhile, scattered to numerous showers and storms will be on the radar each day right on through the end of the week and into the weekend. They will be most numerous, of course, in the afternoon and evening hours, and they tend to fade out at night. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
Budget Floors and More has the best prices. Carpet as low as 69 cents per square foot. LVP starting at $1.29 a square foot. Sheet vinyl as low as 65 cents per square foot. And the lowest prices on flooring installation supplies. Budget Floors and More across from Delray Publix.
1819 News.
Campaign fundraising reports for state races have been filed for the month of July. In the upcoming lieutenant governor's race, current Secretary of State Wes Allen has raised $139,000, bringing his total cash on hand to $389,000. Agriculture Commissioner Rick Pate raised $100,000 with a total of $347,000. Nicole Wadsworth raised $100,000, bringing her total now to $143,000. And Dean Odle has a total of $12,000 in his campaign account. Current Lieutenant Governor Will Ainsworth is term limited and therefore unable to run for another 4 years. I'll be back with more Alabama stories after this.
Some of the greatest blessings is just having people that care about you, to have someone that's just going to love you and make you feel important. They encourage you to be in church. They encourage you to be in prayer. They encourage you to be in your Bible. Now it's a part of my day every day. My house parents planted seeds in me that you can see where those seeds have sprouted in my life and helped change my life.
Big Oak Ranch, a Christian home for children needing a chance.
The former DHR contract worker who's being charged in the hot car death of a 3-year-old boy did not appear for a court hearing this past Monday. Kayla Stanford is out on bond for a Class B felony. Another hearing has been scheduled for Stanford for next month. If she doesn't show up for this hearing, an arrest warrant will be issued. Stanford was working for Covenant Services in transporting Katorius Starks Jr. from a supervised visit, but instead of returning him to his daycare, Stanford went home and forgot that she left the boy in the back of her vehicle. The Alabama Law Enforcement Agency is mourning the loss of a K-9 officer. Officer Picey has helped State Trooper Brent Pickle remove illegal narcotics and firearms from throughout the state. Picey passed away on August 2nd after a 10-month battle with bone cancer. I'm Andrea Tice.
For more news affecting Alabamians, go to 1819news.com. And while you're there, subscribe to the daily newsletter.
This hour of news and views is brought to you by our good friends at Cole Plumbing, 279-8919. Cole Plumbing is number one in the number two business. You don't have to dig a hole. They have proprietary pipelining technology. Ask them about their tankless water heaters. Remember, when you have trouble with your bowl, call on Cole.
Hi, this is Bo Goodson with the Goodson Group with your Real Estate Minute. So far this year, over 2,600 homes have sold and closed in the River region. 55% of these homes sold in 60 days or less, and sellers are receiving close to 98% of listed price. Over the last year, average prices in the River region have increased over 10% from last year. We do have more inventory now to show buyers before they purchase. There are homes in all price ranges available for buyers interested in moving. As a seller, it's a great time to sell through a realtor and gain access to many buyers, not just one or two. If you are a buyer, having more homes to pick from give you better choices before you buy. Our market is now more balanced between a buyer and seller market than we've seen since 2019. Get the facts, see the inventory, get a great local lender to help you, and an agent that's going to look after your interests. For all the facts, call Bo Goodson from the Goodson Group, 221-2883 or 551-0225.
The views and opinions of the following program are solely those of the host and other contributors. These do not necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertisers. It's time for Montgomery's conversational radio show. It's news and views on News Talk 93.1 FM. To join the conversation, call 272-9228.
Stop playing with it.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back. I'm your host, Joey Clark. Top right of the screen, that's Madeline Cannon. Bottom left of the screen, that's Eddie Bader, looking handsome.
My mama said I look good today.
And Byron Shee in the bottom right.
Not looking handsome. Not looking handsome.
Oh, you're looking handsome.
Thank you, guys.
I just know Eddie had, it's your mom's birthday?
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Yes, her birthday.
You don't
39.
39?
39.
Okay.
She's younger than Eddie.
She was a young woman when she had you.
Yeah, well, yes, she was, actually.
Okay. Yeah.
Runs in the family.
Great seeing your sisters?
Yeah, actually, it was good to see them. It was good. We were catching up and laughing about some of the things we were raised up around. And then, of course, my mother gets embarrassed and says we're all lying.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is there anything you want to share or like any example?
My mom and dad, there were 6 of us, so just take pity on them. But what I have learned, honestly, as I've learned as a parent, my parents didn't know what they were doing, and neither do I.
Yeah, adults are not real.
We're all living for the first time.
Exactly. And as a kid, I didn't give them that grace at all. But as an adult, yeah, they are doing the best they can do. And we had a great childhood. We really did.
Yeah. Oh, no, and kids are resilient. They'll be all right. I mean, we all end up with a few scars.
Oh, sure. That's part of growing up.
Like I got that wobbly walk because of that one time.
You got a spanking?
No, I'm not me personally.
Oh,
I was more wanting for you to share why your gait is so odd.
I didn't know it was. Although I hear I walk on my toes, so I got great calves. I hear that one.
You do have impressive calves. I haven't said it in a while, but anyway.
I feel like I've walked into something I don't need to be in.
No,
Like, this is a bro.
I'm sorry I bring that up, but someone literally the other day, I was showing a house.
Yeah.
They were behind me in the hallway.
You wearing shorts?
Yes. And they said, damn, Eddie, you got good looking calves.
They said that.
He's selling more than houses over here.
Was this a man or a woman? It was a man.
It is a friend of mine.
A friend of yours. How friendly are you?
Well, not that friendly, but I appreciated him gazing at my.
Is it because you walk in the woods a lot? You walk on your toes?
Walk on my toes. Always have.
No, you're fleet-footed. You got to always be sudden, like ready to move.
You saw the video of me this weekend getting stung by the wasp?
I didn't see that.
Oh, Joey, I've sent it to you. It's hysterical.
I'm surprised he didn't send it to you. He posts stuff and then he sends it to me to make sure I see it.
Sure.
I want to make sure you see it. So
they're after you now.
Oh, they stung me.
Well, let's be clear. You went after them first.
Yeah, I was doing an open house.
Okay.
And there was a wasp nest. I just killed it like a week before. Thought it was gone. 30 minutes for the open house, I went and found it. It's still there. There's probably 40 wasps on it. So I had to go to the Dollar General, get the little spray. I came back. And I was like, ooh, let's make a video of how good of a realtor you are, that you're willing to spray out wasps. Well, I sprayed them. Within 2 seconds, I was stung. Then you hear me hollering in the background.
And running. And the camera's like this.
You hear my feet. Because they're so big and I got those goofy shoes on, but they sound like flippers.
It reminds me of that old clip of a duck walking on a basketball court.
It's exactly what it was. And you hear me go, ah! Yeah, they got me. They got me twice.
Oh, so, okay. Well, you did go after him first.
Yeah. Yeah.
You should have finished the job the first time, too.
Well, what I should have done, and our friend Wayne Spivey let me know, is that stuff was good for 30 feet. Why were you like 5 feet away?
Right.
Rookie mistake.
I'm not like I've had to kill a nest or two, like in the back little shed when I still did yard work.
Yeah.
As soon as the spring started, it's like, okay, they've been dormant, but they're gonna get in there. And without fail, it's all just a plastic shed, like not a bunch of rakes, and some reason we kept the blowers fuel back there. And so just to open it up, and I always knew, okay, all right, let's see what's in here. And yeah, there'd be about a fist size one. Spray it. As soon as you spray, you watch, you back up, and then you stomp. You spray and stomp. You don't just spray.
Well, you talk about parents having to learn.
Yes.
Okay. We had an play set, that's got the little outdoor kitchen and the swing and the slide and the rock wall and all that kind of stuff. Well, I didn't look inside of the grill on the play kitchen.
Yep.
Truman goes under there, opens it up, and here comes a swarm of wasps.
Oh, no.
I dove in there like a scene from The Lion King, and we all got stung together. I have never run so fast in my life. I snatched him up, and we went running, and they were coming after us. It was like a cartoon or something.
No,
but I learned now, I always go and I check for snakes and wasps at the playground.
Snakes. I forgot about the snakes.
Yes, you just never know where they might be.
By the way, folks, if you can hear that, that's not your car. That's somebody. We're in the middle of a construction site. Apparently, the rooms above us have to be worked on or something. Good God. Is that a saw?
Yeah, saw.
Yeah. And then one's a drill. You can tell it's a drill. But this one's a saw. You can tell by the RPM.
Yeah, when I worked for this company, Icy Frozen Drink Company.
Icy Bear? Like the real Icy?
Yeah, he was Icy Bear.
That was
once.
me.
He got beat up.
Chances if you got hugged by the Icy Bear in the 90s, it was this guy.
Wow, who knew all the lives you've lived?
That explains.
But I needed one of those, or I really wanted one of those. Start putting the equipment in and make my life a lot easier. My boss saw that and he goes, "You will never own one of those as long as you work for this company. I can only imagine the damage you'll do." So I bought one, and he was right. About 2 weeks later, I bought $1,000 worth of cabinets.
Wow,
kind of cut loose on me.
Yeah, before I lose the thread, I have a vivid memory of being stung by a wasp. Or I'm playing basketball. It's the classic Americana thing. You got a basketball hoop in the driveway.
Oh yeah.
And so I'm working on my shot, and I had a pretty good shot. Yeah. And just shooting kind of the free throw, like just practice.
Right.
I go and I shoot it. I miss. It bricks, and I can remember it to this day. I see the ball brick. I see something blur past the ball from behind the post. Immediately go to the hand that I released from. Stung me right on the hand. I'm like, and I think my reaction was like, that's just not fair. That's just not fair.
Usually you feel things before they bite you. Not wasps. No. You feel the sting before you feel them.
Oh, they're accurate. And they were mean.
Yes.
How about a horsefly?
Oh, yeah.
They will not leave you alone.
But I can usually kill them. Usually he might bite me
they're not
once,
as
but in the end
fast.
I can get him. But yeah,
Well, and little yellow jackets, like hornets, all types. They're just mad as a hornet is a real thing. I never had an issue with the big old like carpenter bees. They're big.
I hate them.
I don't like them. Yeah, and they tear a bunch of stuff up, but I never was worried about them coming after me.
No, we take tennis rackets.
With wasps, though, it's like I could move the wrong way. The wind, and it's mad.
When you see a nest and usually there's wasp in it, they're looking at you, ready to attack. I mean, they're just ready to attack.
It's personal.
It is.
No, they're after me. Seriously.
Got me for you this weekend.
No, and luckily I haven't been doing yard work, so they're not as mad at me. But like last summer, I would go out to the car in the garage, open the garage door, and it's like, there they are right outside my door.
Lying in wait.
That's them?
That a song? Or is that just they're hitting a tight spot? Dremel?
You know, when I came flying in on 2 wheels into this parking lot, I almost took one of them down carrying a ladder in. I guess I should have.
I'm glad you said on 2 wheels because I've been just a burn.
By the way, this part of the program brought to you by Pest Pro Services. So if
Speaking of wasps,
the wasps are after you, seriously, like if you hadn't been to a certain part of the yard, or maybe it's an old shed or something, or like
your kids' playground.
Yeah.
Kids' playground, definitely.
You just never know, and you're like, okay, I can't deal with that. Like there's some small enough, like I can handle that. But if you can't count the number of wasps, like get the pros.
Yep.
Get them quick. And of course, Pest Pro Services ready to help you with just that. And plus, if you get on their regular plan, they'll already know you. Be like, hey, the wasps. And they're like, oh, we'll be right out. But they do this now new monthly subscription plan. So you have basic pest control protection. You can add on top of that termite inspection yearly and year-round protection against termites. Maybe you want to treat the yard for fleas, for ticks, for fire ants, and of course, mosquitoes. And if you really actually enjoy your property, but the mosquitoes keep bugging you, no pun intended, they can help you out there at Pest Pro. And it's like you'll never have mosquitoes. It's pretty amazing. So y'all check them out today. You can always learn more at ppsriverregion.com or just search for them on the Book of Faces, a very informative and active Facebook page. And of course, you can always call them direct at 265-9990. That's 265-9990. When you want to know, call a pro. Pest Pro Services, and be sure to tell them that Joey and Eddie and Madeline and Byron, all those folks on the radio at the construction site, sent you. Let's see if this is on line one. You're on there. Who's this?
Joe, I hate to call back in, but I just activated my new 60 and over SNAP card yesterday.
Yeah.
And I sent you at the end of the brochure, there were some helpful suggestions, and I sent you a picture of what it says. You'll find it, and I think it's relevant to what you were saying earlier. But it wouldn't be any trouble to turn on some filters. There's already filters on SNAP. You know, there's certain things you can buy. Hot deli. I mean, you can't buy hot deli until it becomes cold deli. That kind of stuff.
Really?
But no, yeah, man. In the delis, you buy stuff that's cold, but rotisserie chicken, when they first put it out, no, you're not eligible. It's not eligible. But after it been there a little while and becomes cold deli, then you're eligible. You can.
That's weird.
Purchase it.
I don't understand.
Anyways, but there's, like I've said, there's already restrictions and whatnot. But I want you to please read over. Oh, buddy, I can't remember all of them, but I remember that they don't. That one suggestion: they don't want you to use your card in a POS machine. You can't make this up, man. Just what is it, a Ford? Anyway, that's what I wanted to share.
Okay. Well, thank you, Sam.
Probably. Yeah, man. SNAP. It's complicated like everything else. All right.
POS, a point of sale.
Yeah.
Like a vending machine.
No, I thought the other.
I know you looked at me and I was like, "That's not what he means by POS."
Yeah.
Like self-checkout.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Oh, okay. That makes sense now. Because we can't just do the honor system. Or can we?
Yeah, we could.
There you go. Let's go to line 2. You're on there. Who's this?
Soldier Boy.
Hey, Soldier Boy.
Hey, you were talking about the bees and the hornets and the wasps and everything.
Yep.
Oh, I remember one time we were in the backyard. We had a bunch of bumblebees just, getting their little nectar and everything. And they could almost, if you stayed calm and collective and didn't take any aggressive swipes at them, they would come close to you and almost land on you. Okay?
Yeah.
So I had a couple of friends back there, and they're playing a horseshoe back there. And, they started freaking out. Big mistake. Oh, my God. Next thing you know, they're pissed off, and now they're coming after me. I didn't mess with them. But if you weren't aggressive to a bumblebee, he's not going to.
Yeah, bees usually leave you alone. Yeah.
Yeah, they're just collecting their nectar from the flowers and everything, doing their own thing. But that's crazy. Talk about, what the hell?
All the sounds. I'm trying to identify the sounds. I'm like, I think that's a hammer.
Sound like a bass drum to me.
Or somebody's having some afternoon delight upstairs.
We're talking about grilling, right?
Yeah.
So my girlfriend bought a gas grill, and she was in the other side of the house, and I was grilling. And those little self starters where you keep clicking it until the spark comes.
Yeah.
Eddie, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Okay. Man, I don't know what it is. Usually that little stone gets scratched, and and just has a little bit of gas. It'll light it up, right?
Yep.
Man, and so I turn open the gas. I'm pumping it and pumping. Nothing's happening. I'm looking, smelling. Maybe there's something wrong with the gas line. I'm trying to smell. You can smell gas. You can't see it, but you can smell it. And I don't seem to smell any gas. And I keep pumping it and pumping it and pumping it. So next thing I know, I slide that lighter in, that long one with like a candelabra, stick that's really long.
Mm-hmm.
Boom! Man, that whole lid on that barbecue Weber grill came right off and flew across the other side of in the yard. My girlfriend comes out there. Is everything okay? I said, yeah, I'm ready for the steaks.
Let me ask you something. On that, did you? I mean, it just wouldn't light at all, so you had to put the lighter in there.
Yeah, well, that's what it was because I kept, hitting that little spark thing. It's like a little stone or something,
Yeah, it wouldn't throw no spark.
No, it wouldn't get any spark on it. And I was like, damn. I said, we're gonna be here all night, and I'm not getting any gas. I was like, but this is not good. And next thing I know, I said, well, do I smell a little gas? Yeah, I smell a little bit. And that's when I put that in there, and boom, that's what happened.
All right,
that's what happened.
Yeah,
spark meets
Well,
gas.
here's the sad thing is I'm a professional griller. Okay, I'm a grill sergeant, not a drill sergeant. I'm a grill sergeant.
Nice.
I like that.
And I got a shirt that says that too when I have my little shirt, And you think just when you think you're getting old enough to know everything and experience life with stuff and know better, you still F up once in a while.
Oh yeah, man. It just feels even worse the older you get. Like just something really stupid where you're not thinking.
Yeah.
Well, my girlfriend looked at me. She said, "How did the grill top end up on the other side of the yard?" I was like, "Long story."
Well.
Oh, I got one other story for you, real quick. Okay.
Okay.
Do you remember the days where they had septic tanks?
Separate tanks?
Septic tank.
Oh, septic? Yeah, still got one.
SEPTIC.
Yeah, I still got one.
Me too.
Okay. Yeah, but somebody else didn't. Joey. So what happened was, it's right underneath our brick patio in our house, right? All right. So the next thing I know, Dad's got a tray of nice, beautiful T-bones. Walking out to the grill, the bricks and the septic tank lid collapse.
Oof.
Dad goes straight down, waist deep. Mom's still washing clothes and dishes, so the water's still coming in, And Dad's like, tell your mother to turn off the dang washer and tell her to turn off the dishwasher, And you know what my dad did? He saved those steaks like a little pizza, like a Shoney's Big Boy.
Yeah.
He had them in one hand on that plate, man, and he didn't get no crap on them or nothing, man. He said, "Yeah." And my mom says, "Get your father a ladder down there right now." And Dad says, "Don't worry about that." He says, "Just grab these steaks first." My dad's got priorities.
Yeah,
Like
no, that's a good dad.
Oh yeah, he says, "Screw me, I can hose off." He says, "These steaks, no, baby." He kept all 10 steaks on that plate. Unbelievable.
Well, I appreciate you sharing these great moments in Soldier
stories.
Boy history.
I know. Well, yeah, life's growing up. Thanks, guys. Have a good day.
See you, homie.
Now, apparently today is like an anniversary or something.
My mom's birthday.
I know it's your mom's birthday. Like, we've already wished her a happy 39th birthday.
I didn't know if you were confused.
Like, why are you bringing that up again? You
I
want
thought
me
we
to
were
ask
confused.
more questions? Like, how'd it go with your sisters today?
It was wonderful. It was two of my favorite sisters.
Okay, your favorite ones.
Two of them.
That's good. That's good. But no, the anniversary.
Yeah.
The headline reads, Alabama folding chair history. Montgomery
Oh,
River
my.
boat brawl A Riverfront brawl remembered 2 years later.
Has it been 2 years?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's been 2 years since the infamous Montgomery Riverfront brawl. While those charged in the incident have received their sentences and likely moved on with their lives, the viral video of the incident continues to live on through social media. The video inspired memes, folding chair humor, because the folding chair was used during the fight, and even stand-up comic skits nationwide. The fight broke out after recreational boaters docked on the riverfront refused to move out of the way of the Harriet II riverboat to dock following a dinner cruise on August the 5th, 2023. The captain called out over a speaker asking the boaters to move to no avail. Co-captain Damian Pickett then attempted to move the boat himself, and an argument ensued. The unruly boaters then swarmed Pickett, starting the physical altercation. Other members of the Harriet II crew then jumped in on the action, causing an all-out brawl, and no one was seriously injured in the fight. While the FBI, local police, and the boat captain said there was no racial component to the brawl, Montgomery Mayor Stephen Reed incited a narrative picked up by multiple media outlets that the brawl was likely racially motivated. He said that as a black man in Montgomery, the incident seemed to be a, quote, crime fueled by hate, end quote. Initially, 13 people were detained, but only 5 were charged. Richard Roberts pleaded guilty to 2 counts of misdemeanor assault and was sentenced to 32 days in jail, 100 hours community service, and $714, that's a weird number, in court costs and fines. Mary Todd pleaded guilty to harassment and was ordered to undergo anger management, that's real, and pay $357 in court costs and fines. Zachary Shipman and Alan Rod pleaded guilty to harassment and were charged with 100 hours of community service as well as anger management. They were ordered to pay the court cost and a fine of $100. Reggie Ray pleaded guilty to disorderly conduct and was sentenced to 90 days of suspended jail time, 50 hours of community service, and court costs totaling $357. Since the incident, Montgomery has expanded its surveillance system, partnered with local businesses, and added security measures surrounding the riverfront area. A community walk was put together on the first anniversary of the brawl in 2024. There was. Organizers said the walk was a symbol of how the community of Montgomery could come together.
But the people who started it all were not even from Montgomery.
I know.
They were from Selma.
Selma. Yep.
Yeah, no, and I had some guy reach out saying, I'm doing an audio history of the historic moment, the Riverfront Brawl. And I already interviewed Captain Jim, and I wanted, because, you interviewed him, and wanted to get your voice on this. Only seemed fair. And
you use your name?
I didn't respond. I did late. I was like, I looked up the guy. He had been a Washington Post reporter during the whole BLM summer after George Floyd. He wrote a book called White Lash. Play on backlash.
Right.
The whitey guy is doing the backlash or whatever. And then he was removed from the Washington Post after several women working around him. He got Me Too'd.
Oh, well.
And so I kind of looked at this and I'm like, I almost sent him my op-ed from the time, like, this is still what I think. This is a spectacle. This is a little ridiculous. And if this is, after George Floyd, if this is another great moment in Black history here in the United States, I'm like, y'all know how to pick some winners. Like, come on, man.
How long do you think it'll be before we have a brawl at the Ferris wheel?
We'll have several
Ferris wheel
opportunities
brawl?
this year. We'll have at the fair and at the Ferris wheel.
I'm talking about the new one that's going in downtown. Yeah.
I'm sure we'll have something that weekend.
Yeah, but
if we take Joey down there, I'll hit him for you. I'll start it.
See, but that's the thing. It can't be like Whitey hits Whitey or black guy hits a black guy.
What if we get Brandon?
It's got to be interracial for it to make
I'll go
national
get Brandon,
headlines.
and Brandon will hit.
Yeah, Brandon, and then I'll run in, and then one of Brandon's friends can knock me in the back of the head.
Where are you coming in at?
We'll just stage the whole thing.
I think I'll just be watching
we
it
got the folding chair over there
for the people.
Right. I've been working on my chair shots.
I don't know. They
I don't
announced
know
it
where
last
they're gonna
week.
put
It's
it.
coming downtown. I don't know where downtown, but
I don't know where either.
Yeah. I mean, a Ferris wheel's fine. It just seems
we'll have gunfire off
for
the
3
Ferris wheel.
days
What
of
I'm
it,
saying.
$67,000 seems a little
Oh,
pricey.
okay. I thought they were going to do one kind of permanently.
No, they're
because
doing
of the
for
success of the water park.
historically Black College University Week or celebration in October. For 3 days, they're going to have a big old Ferris wheel, and it's sort of a trial run to see maybe we want to put one up permanently.
But what is the?
Oh, I misunderstood. I thought this was going to be a fixture.
They're going to
Okay.
try. So
All
I want
right.
to know what's the parameters. What what do they want to see to make this permanent? Because I got a feeling maybe a couple hundred people are going to ride it. But what's their threshold
that's
when they
success,
go, ooh,
man. That's success.
That's what I'm worried
Yeah.
about. That's what I'm worried about.
And when they get off the Ferris wheel, then they'll go on that big slide. At
Yeah, they will. It's concrete. So
At
it's not really a
Whitewater.
slide.
They're coming from the slide.
That's right.
They need to
Dry
dry
off. We said the same thing.
A parade of people.
Yeah.
All
Yeah. You could run buses, shuttle buses.
don't
be
give
busy
them,
all day.
don't give them another reason to start raising money for a project. Don't
They don't raise money. They just take it.
take your taxes.
Yeah.
That's what I meant. Raise
Yeah.
money.
And then we got to say it's for the military.
It is.
Yeah,
And for the children.
Of course it is.
For the
And
children.
it's the meta people.
Oh, you gotta
That
have
every
the
once in a while when they come visit, we got to have a place to do a press conference, right?
If it wasn't for your white privilege, you
Yeah.
would actually be on board with this.
Yeah, maybe. But I'm sorry, I was born with it, baby.
I don't know. I know some people of color that are not down with it either.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, if it
Oh
wasn't
no,
for
they
your white
probably,
privilege-
Uncle Tom.
No, they thought it was going to be a water park.
Oh, that's disappointing.
Very disappointing for some.
Seriously, it's like you're all excited, like we're going on the lazy river, son, and the wave pool.
Yeah,
you're gonna try the big slide, right? You're gonna try the big slide, right? And you get there, and it's like whitewater rafting. You're like, what sort of white crap is this?
Yep.
Seriously,
I wish we
what
had,
upper middle class white lady came up with this?
I wish we had a carousel in Montgomery.
A
We used
carousel.
to have one at the mall.
I know.
I bet it's still there.
We had birthday
I bet it's
parties.
still
An
there.
efficient government in Montgomery.
I bet it's still there right now.
In the Montgomery Mall. I'm
Yeah.
sure it is. People had birthday parties there. Only the cool kids had birthday parties at the
I
carousel.
remember, yeah.
And now we don't have a carousel. But they did bring one to downtown Prattville last Christmas, and that was quite
Ooh,
a
is that
hit.
cool?
Mm-hmm. We took the boys.
They
It
were,
was fun.
cool.
I always kind of found them creepy.
Ferris
Creepy,
wheels?
why?
Yeah, the figurines were creepy.
Oh, they're
beautiful
fun.
Little fake
Horses and
horses and like
elephants?
or horses. Sorry.
Camels? And sleighs?
Yeah, it was weird.
They still have one at the gallery in Hoover. I'm trying to decide if it's worth driving.
That's a tough call.
Yeah.
Who is a kid?
go
Like,
during the
I
week.
got to go ride the little Ferris wheel. Go.
Nothing. It's his dad that's taking his kid out for a weekend at the mall. and he's like, hey, this is something I
Not
can
the
do with my
Ferris
kid.
wheel. What do you call it?
Carousel.
Yeah. I ride the carousel.
Never been much for carousels.
I mean,
you're with me.
You're not a little kid.
You
Now,
guys
if you're
get-
like 2, 3,
As
4.
a little kid, I was never much for
Is it
carousels.
because it was moving so
Right.
fast?
Give me
wanted to see?
give me the bumper cars. Give me
There
something,
you go.
you know.
Yeah,
Right.
that's true.
Bumper cars, fun.
Plus, you get on the carousel, you could ride the horse that went up and down, or just the ones that never moved. in case you
Thrill
moved it,
seeker
never
over
moved.
here.
Which one did you choose?
You know what I choose.
Yeah.
I rode.
Yeah.
In fact,
We
I was a
found
kid that
out
got in
who-
trouble for getting off on the fair. Getting
Oh,
off,
my
getting off,
word.
getting off,
Too
getting
much
off.
information there. Too much information.
No,
We
it could
found
be
out.
if we get a carousel with the Ferris wheel. It's a great way for Montgomery to all come together.
There you go. We found out who the real thrill seeker was last time I was here. Me. Not you, Eddie.
Why? I don't remember. I'm sorry.
Because I went skydiving.
You're right, because I can't believe you went skydiving. Why? I just don't know. I mean, I'm proud of you for that, but you knew what a good plane flies like, but you still chose to go up there and jump out of one.
It was so cool.
Let's go.
I'd do it again.
Yeah,
You want to go?
I love it. Love
See?
it.
How long did it take you to catch your breath? Like when you jumped out of the plane, certainly you lost your breath for a minute.
No, but what I will say, I have a video. I'll show you on a break.
I would love to see that.
Yeah. Okay. But the craziest thing though is how loud it is for like the first few
Wind?
seconds, and until your chute goes out, and then it's like silent, and you just drift out. I landed.
Sounds peaceful.
It was. It's
Yeah.
very peaceful once you are not freaking out. But yeah, no, you feel like your heart goes to your feet.
That's what
yeah.
I figured, because I did that thing, they call it the Superman at Six Flags, where they pull you up like 600
Yeah.
feet. For the first, couple seconds, I did not like that ride at all.
But I did it in tandem. I wasn't by myself, so I had
I had
a
somebody
pro
with me, too.
marine hooked to my back. So he.
Yeah, I'd almost
What if
rather.
it's his time to go, but not yours?
Well, I guess
Right.
there's that.
Did your
Don't
plane,
threaten me with a good time.
Did your plane look like it was about to fall apart at any
Yeah,
moment? Like
No.
I thought that I was actually going to have to use my parachute before they told me to jump.
Where
out.
did you jump?
To Funiac or somewhere between
Funiac
Ponce de Leon and Geneva.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I jumped at skydive. It's called Atlanta, but it's actually like south of Atlanta. And is it Thomaston? Anyway, but they were legit. That's actually where the Golden Angels, is that what they're called?
Really?
Yeah, that they do all their training like for air shows and stuff. So everything was real clean and nice and new.
Yeah, all these places got all these amenities and all these fun things, and here in Montgomery, we drunk people get in fights, and it's because
We
of the
can't have
national
nice
news
things.
story.
But I will tell you, there is a scary overlap. Like if you have a Venn diagram, okay,
Mhm.
of skydivers and pot smokers.
Uh-huh.
Okay. I was a little concerned that I was going to be hooked to somebody that had just hit the bong or something. But
I'm being honest with you. You
had
were.
to make sure the
You
parachute
were.
was in there.
He jumped out of a plane. I mean, come on.
I was sober when I jumped out.
Glad one of you was.
Anyway, we got to hit another break here. First, though, this part of the program brought to you by Dylan Rings. And they're really great. They're great full-service jewelry shop. Leslie always puts together a great inventory from high-end pieces to those everyday jewelry items that still look great but don't break the bank. And then, of course, if you can't find something exactly to your liking, they always have custom design work.
That's right.
Often it's for remembering people. It's a sort of jewelry memorial. You go to their Facebook page right now, you can see some of that custom work. Josh took 2 wedding bands and turned it into a pendant to remember somebody. Really, really beautiful work. And of course, they can also do things like spa treatments. So maybe there's jewelry you wear all the time, all day, every day, and it looks like you wear it all day, every day. They can clean that up to where it shines and shimmer like it's brand new again. Of course, they can do repairs, including gentlemen watch repairs and battery replacement on those watches. They also do appraisals. They'll buy old jewelry off you. Again, they're a full service jewelry shop. Just get by there. 119 Brown Springs Road here in Montgomery, just off of Atlanta Highway. And be sure to tell them that Joey, Eddie, Madeline, and Byron, those fellas, and that lady on the radio sent you.
He may not know whether he's coming or going, but whether you're going to work or coming home, Greg Budell is there. Mornings, 6 till 9, and afternoons, 3 till 6. Only on News Talk 93.1 FM, WACV.
Hi there, I'm Kim Williams with Alabama Home Mortgage.
And I'm Madeline Cannon. It's true, rates aren't as low as they have been for the past couple of years, but there are still many homeowners that could benefit from refinancing their current mortgage. There are a lot of things in life that are out of our control, but your mortgage rate is not one of them. If you currently have an adjustable rate mortgage, then you owe it to yourself to give us a call.
Adjustable rate mortgages make sense for some people in stable markets, but in this wild, ever-changing rate environment, it only makes sense to secure a fixed interest rate. A fixed interest rate will give you the peace of mind that your rate is locked. Your rate will not be subject to change with the political and economic tides.
At Alabama Home Mortgage, you can personalize your term. We offer 8-year to 30-year mortgages and everything in between. Grab your mortgage statement and give us a call.
Call Alabama Home Mortgage, the #1 mortgage lender in Alabama, today at 567-4223, or visit us online at myalabamahomemortgage.com. That's Alabama Home Mortgage, because folks, there is a difference in mortgage companies. NMLS 1586-36-8, equal housing lender.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
For too long, Alabama's statewide news companies have shamed us for our conservative Christian values. Alabama deserves a news company that cherishes our culture, a company that isn't bought and paid for by the powers that be. 1819 News is that company. Run by Alabamians for Alabamians, 1819 News celebrates what is good and beautiful about our state, while exposing those who work against our values in secret. Just go to 1819news.com to learn more. Subscribe to our newsletter. That's 1819news.com. This hour of News and Views is brought to you by our good friends at Cole Plumbing, 279-8919. Cole Plumbing is #1 in the #2 business. You don't have to dig a hole. They have proprietary pipelining technology. Ask them about their tankless water heaters. Remember, when you have trouble with your bowl, call on Cole.
Hello, everyone. Robbie Pelt with Capital City Roofing. If you think about it, your home is your biggest investment in life. Your roof covers your home, so why jeopardize your biggest investment on a roofer you don't know anything about when you can deal with a reputable roofing company like Capital City Roofing? We have an A+ Better business rating and the best manufacturers and workmanship warranties available. We do all residential and commercial roofing applications that are certified through the manufacturer to ensure you get the best material and workmanship money can buy. We also have your project in our best interest before and after construction has been done. Don't hesitate to call us if you have any roofing issues or questions. We will match any of our competitors' price and give you the same great workmanship warranty. We also give free estimates. Give us a call today and let us show you the difference. 277-3311. That's 277-3311. Or you can check us out on the web at www.capitalcityroofing.com. Capital City Roofing. We capitalize the roofing industry.
The Rich Thomas Weather Network is brought to you by Ernest Financial.
If you're tired of losing your money in the stock market, call David Ernest, 334-279-7431. Ernest Financial, LLC.
Rich Thomas Weather.
Well, hi, everybody. The risk of scattered showers and storms will continue well into the evening hours tonight, and gradually, then they will start to fade out. Overnight low temperature down to about 70. Tomorrow, I think we're still in the 80s for a high temperature. I've got us probably in the mid to upper 80s. The normal high is 94, so we're doing good this week. And I think we may not see 90 degrees again until probably sometime this weekend. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
We're redesigning financial freedom at CB&S Bank. Make purchases at participating stores and restaurants using your CB&S Bank debit card through your mobile devices with Mobile Wallet. Charges and fees may apply from your cellular service provider. Contact your service provider for more information. Member FDIC.
The premier place the River Region turns to for news, weather, traffic, and opinion. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back. So we have a new poll out, and it has nothing to do with like politicians, as we're getting video footage shown of. This was you, Madeline, at 21.
Yes.
Jumping out of an airplane.
Yeah, you impressed?
I was cool once upon a time.
It's a side of her
I had to
never,
do this. I
never
had to do
knew.
this kind of stuff so I can tell my kids I was cool at one time.
Right, a lot cooler than Eddie.
Yeah, because there'd have been a big pee stain on my suit right there.
Oh, and you've jumped out of a plane too, Byron?
Mm-hmm.
What was it like?
Most fun I've ever had with my clothes on.
Nice. Okay.
How's that for an endorsement?
No, that's fantastic. That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm an adrenaline junkie. I mean, it was so much fun.
I'm not.
Me too, but not. I guess
Not like that.
No. I just
Maybe nobody ever asked you.
no. A lot of people bug me to go, and I'm just like, no. I kind of look at them like they're crazy.
But there is a new poll out
I'll go with you if you want to go.
by a Signal.
Mm-hmm.
You know those guys, right? Like Brent Buchanan and all them.
At the Signal.
It's CYGNAL. That's how they spell Signal.
Cool.
And really one of the top, one of the top polling firms in the country. Jack Campbell helped out with Brent. So we once had him on the show a few times, but he's big time. Anyway, they did a poll, but it has nothing to do with a politician. It has everything to do with what people in Alabama watch in terms of their political media.
Oh.
We didn't make the list, but
It just tells me what I need to know about this list.
Right. But a recent poll shows that beside Fox News, because the boomers are still going strong, Turning Point USA, including its marquee The Charlie Kirk Show, is the most watched conservative platform in Alabama, barely edging out The Tucker Carlson Show. The poll conducted by Signal asked Alabama primary voters for the upcoming gubernatorial election, aside from mainstream news sources, which of the following alternative media sources have you watched, listened to, or read in the last month? Select all that apply up to 6 options. The poll found that Fox News was the overwhelming favorite with 59.5%.
Oh, yeah.
What about all those boomers that after the 2020 election said Fox News is dead to me?
They came back.
I think it's actually low.
They
That's
came
kind of
back.
low to me.
Yeah. Next was the Charlie Kirk Show at 23.2%, followed by Tucker Carlson at 23.1%, and then Newsmax at 21.4%. And then if you look at it's a very small font, but
Does it break it down by viewers' age?
it might.
I can't imagine older people watching Charlie Kirk, but maybe.
I wouldn't think
I
so
don't think
either.
they
But
are.
Charlie Kirk's my age.
right. I don't.
Right.
I think they would disagree and argue with him because he's younger than them. You don't have the experience. I got you.
Some of the old ladies eat him up, though, man.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They love him the whole season. You know.
He's a smart boy with a big head and little eyes.
Is
guys just
that
don't know
why can't you be more like Charlie?
So
You never asked me
after Newsmax, the Daily Wire's at about 15%, then the Blaze at about 13%, then the Megyn Kelly Show at 13%, then the Candace Owens Show at 11%.
Yeah.
Then One America News Network at 8%, Breitbart News at 8%, War Room with Steve Bannon only 5.4%.
I used to like Candace. She's gone off the deep end, though.
Yeah, a little bit.
I never liked her.
A little bit.
Real America's Voice, 3%. 2.5% listen here in Alabama to Louder with Crowder. 2.5% The Daily Caller. 2.3% Right Side Broadcasting. 1.4% The Free Press. And then Unsure got 20%.
Really?
Unsure. You don't know what you watch.
Unsure.
I don't know. I just watch this thing, comes on.
I hope that's us.
At
Unsure. I don't know what this is.
Well, half of our viewers, I think, listen to us during the podcast time. Well, we're not live, so good.
And they're not really that conservative either.
No, no.
Joey's that big lib over there. And yeah.
Yeah, you're right. They're not the well, like we've said before, everybody listens.
Yeah.
I'm always amazed on
but that's my favorite is like 20% were unsure of what they want. I want something, but
maybe it's just none of your business. I don't feel like telling you.
Right. Kirk responded to the poll just saying, very cool. And of course, Tucker Carlson will be in Alabama later this year to serve as the keynote speaker for 1819, which is the second annual Albert Patterson Gala. Or is it Gala? Going with Gala. An evening of courage. So look forward to that. And well, I guess we'll keep on trucking and try to get into the poll one day.
I like Tucker, man. I hope
I like Tucker too.
Maybe he does throw his hat in the ring for something here pretty soon.
You weren't ever thrown off that when he shared that he was attacked by a demon in his sleep?
Man, I'm going to give him a pass for that.
And he had markings, like claw marks on him?
We might have dated some of the same women. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, he's been married to the same woman for a long time.
Well, he's got some explaining to do.
This is a story. That's what he says happened.
Weird crap happens. Like I'm not quick to be like, well, that's been debunked. The nerds have looked at the numbers.
Well,
we understand physics, and your mystical, like supernatural stuff is just so woo
most
woo.
nerds are turned on by that.
Depending on the nerd.
Am I going to hold him, to a higher standard of that? I mean, all he's got to do is say, like, God spoke to him and told him to run, and then everything's forgiven.
There you go.
Yeah. Is he going to run for president?
I'm more convinced that Cuban's entertaining running as a Dem.
Mark Cuban?
Yeah.
Possible. But he doesn't have the charisma. In my opinion.
But if you got B's behind your name, you probably think you got all the charisma.
Well, no, it's the same thing with like people thought, oh, just Trump's a billionaire. Remember Michael Bloomberg?
Mm-hmm.
And like how he got just destroyed on the debate stage by Elizabeth Warren? Like I still have the drop. She goes, you've called women
fat broads and horse-faced lesbians.
Yeah, and like he was just like, well, no, I didn't. There's a non-disclosure, and it's like it was the most. He should have explained it. Why'd you call her a horse-faced lesbian?
She's been out stumping for that socialist mayor candidate in New York.
Oh yeah,
for the commie.
Communist.
Oh, excuse me.
Straight up commie.
Mm-hmm.
Well, but isn't okay? Y'all correct me if I'm wrong. Communism is a government form. Socialism is an economic style, right?
Somewhat, but I guess that's the easiest way to describe it. To me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I would say he's all the things. He's commie, he's socialist, he's all of it.
At this point, for doing this, not just on radio, but looking at this stuff for almost 20 years now, I think everybody's kind of full of crap. Mm-hmm. Like all these terms, and we know these exact terms. This is what socialism means, and democratic socialism, and capitalism, and blah, 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 blah. And it's like, no, we kind of just got the system we got.
There was a comedian 20 years ago that his call, if you would, just beware of all the isms.
Yes.
Just keep your guards up.
Yes. Well, I'll put it this way. This guy thinks everybody should work for the government, essentially. Yeah. Mm-hmm. He might not be straight up Stalinist or like Lenin, where it's like, and to achieve that, we must kill everybody who's against the revolution. Might not be full on Mao. But so when I think of like true communism, I think of Stalinism, I think of Maoism, I think what's going on in North Korea and other examples. Socialism, I think of Argentina before Javier Milei. So, yeah, it is a little more of an economic system, but there's a lot of overlap in the underlying philosophy. Anyway, we got to hit another break. How do we get on this poll, Eddie?
I can tell you, but we can talk about it off air.
Why? Is it involve some, like me taking my clothes off or something?
Some nudity from somewhere, yeah.
Oh, not from us.
Not from us.
Yeah, that would ratings would go way down if we did that.
Right. Suddenly we got no signal.
Right.
No approval.
Right. Well, it looks like construction will be indefinitely happening. Right. As we get catcalled by the construction worker.
Oh, I see it.
Hey, boys.
Actually, there was a video of a lady, two ladies, and they pull up to gas stations and Walmart, and obviously in the South, and they catcall these guys at the gas pump. These guys do not, I mean, they look like you and me. They do not know how to handle it. The lady came up, said something, I forget what it was, like something about dreaming you. I see you in my dreams. And the guy turned around, he said, excuse me? And so he let out another one. He's like, he just went in there. He went in the building. He's like, I don't know. I think he went to call the police.
Never happens to me.
Really?
No. When does it happen?
You want to make a sandwich, Joey? You want somebody to make you a sandwich?
Well, that was obviously
And what
fake.
happened? It was fake enough that it got a response out of somebody.
Yes, but I was already anxious about the whole new room and the door behind me and all sorts. And now I'm getting
a new room.
And all the weird calls from.
There was one weird call. Well, two. Really.
Have you ever had someone call in and say they had nothing on but the radio?
No, only with you here.
Yeah, only with you here, honey.
There you go.
Right.
So that's a radio cat call, I guess.
Last time I went to bomb hours, I had a woman of a certain age feel at my bicep and go, "Oh, very nice." And I was like, "Let me just eat these buffalo wings."
I feel like that's a Justin Smollett story.
I feel like that was Susan Woody just trying to get your attention.
The real story.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
No,
right.
you
Good for
should.
the ladies up there.
You should come hang out with me at bomb hours. I get felt up almost every time I go, and I don't ask for it.
It ain't me either, by the way. It's clear that it's not
No,
me.
it's not Eddie. No. It's not like somebody playing a joke. Like, yeah.
Although William B.
Oh, he's got the whole camping thing.
He does. He gets a little touchy sometimes.
Right. Anyway, we do have to hit this break.
All right.
So you're thinking scantily clad women is how we get
Way to go. Yeah, you got to get up there. Once you get all the eyes on you, then you can, preach a lesson that they want to hear. But you got to get the eyes on you first.
Right.
Yeah. Look at my marketing campaign.
We'll be right back.
Want to carry News Talk in your pocket? Download the News Talk 93.1 app from the App Store. Available on iPhone and Android. Never miss a moment. Download now.
How would you like to get a half-price pizza in August at Pizza Perfect? Buy any large pizza and get a single-topping large pizza at half price. Pizza Perfect's buffet includes pizza, as well as spaghetti, breadsticks, salad, dessert, and drink for only $13. The buffet is available Monday through Saturday for lunch and for dinner on Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday. Pizza Perfect is also available for pickup and delivery. Get a one-topping large pizza for half price with the purchase of any large pizza at Pizza Perfect on Coliseum Boulevard in Eastbrook.
Lewis at the Capital Oyster Bar, and I just want to tell you, if you're in business or got an event coming up and want to do some advertising, wisely spent dollars are spent down here at Blue Water Broadcasting. All the guys are nice, easy to work with, and I see results, I guarantee you.
Our advertisers are our biggest advocates. Call us to find out how radio can increase your bottom line. Blue Water Broadcasting, local folks helping local business.
This hour of News and Views is brought to you by our good friends at Cole Plumbing, 279-8919. Cole Plumbing is number one in the number two business. You don't have to dig a hole. They have proprietary pipelining technology. Ask them about their tankless water heaters. Remember, when you have trouble with your bowl, call on Cole.
Trustworthy, accurate, immediate. Carrying your voice across the river region. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Joey Clark.
Oh, welcome back. Just tried to call Ray Bowles.
Yeah, they're probably laying rug, man.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. So this part of the program brought to you by Prattville Carpet, and they're ready to help you out with any sort of resurface job. Doesn't have to be carpet, though. They can do that.
They can do carpet.
They can cut you an area rug.
They sure can.
By the way, if we're going to have these wires behind us on the ground, we should get them to cut us just a runner to cover up the wire.
They can do that.
They can do that.
Yes, they can.
Or maybe you want a brand new backsplash or countertop in the kitchen.
They can do that. Very
ceramic tile.
Mm-hmm. Or a bathroom.
Like a walk-in shower.
Yep.
And get ready because, like, eventually it'll get cold again.
It will. I think it's 6 months out, but yeah.
And if you get tired of waking up in the winter and like, oh no, I got to go to the bathroom, you're like,
Cold
and I don't want to
floor?
wear socks in the bathroom.
Right.
Gross. So like, we'll get the heated floor. They can handle that for you.
They are so nice.
Of course, they have the luxury vinyl plank as well as the traditional hardwood. They have so many options, including the epoxy floors.
Oh yeah, for the garages.
Yeah.
That's gorgeous.
I didn't know they did that.
Yeah,
That's
it's
very
beautiful.
cool.
I-
Very cool.
That's my dream. I want to do that.
Yeah, because everybody's garage floor, for one, you kind of neglect it because your car's usually on it, but most everybody has cracks in it. And then when your car's not there, you got this ugly floor.
Exactly.
Right.
I've seen people put this epoxy floor in and they turn that into a big game room.
Well, and maybe
Cool.
you've got, we also always focus on the garage, but like maybe you got one of those like little just slab concrete patios.
Oh, yeah.
Like in the back and just make it blend into the backyard
Be
instead
nice.
of it just being a concrete slab. So they can do all that, but you got to get in touch with them. Call them at 285-8117. They'll come out and do a free in-home measurement. You pick out the product you want to use to resurface. They'll get the job done, just that simple. And that number, 285-8117. And be sure to tell those great folks there at Prattville Carpet that Joey, Eddie, Madeline, and Byron, those folks on the radio sent you. I had to use a more gender inclusive
I'm not
word.
offended.
Folk. You know what I mean?
Guys is fine with me. I don't care.
Guys?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
It's the South. I mean, honestly,
Yeah.
like Coke. Let's go get some Coke. You could be getting a Pepsi or a Mountain Dew, but
That
you wanna
annoyed
get
me
Coke.
to no end. It's like be specific.
That is
Nobody's getting Pepsi. Let's not be silly.
Yeah. Like, no, you're not getting a Coke. You're getting a Dr. Pepper. We all know you like nasty in your mouth.
That really bothers you? That someone, would you rather say, let's go get a soda pop?
No, it doesn't really bother me. I'm trying to fill time.
Let's go get a pop.
I say soda. I don't say
Soda,
pop.
yeah.
Yeah, you
say
spent
soda.
some time in Wisconsin. It's okay.
Well, I don't even really say soda. Like I don't drink
If
these things
someone,
anymore.
if I say you want something from the convenience store and you say you want a Coke and I bring you a Coke and you say, but I want a Sprite or a Mountain Dew,
Right, yeah.
I'm going to be upset. I'm
Yeah,
gonna-
that's
annoying.
on them.
Actually,
Yeah.
I'm not even going to be upset. I'm going to be like, no, you said you want a Coke.
Here's a Coke. You're
here's
right.
your Coke.
Like,
If
no,
you want a
what,
Mountain Dew,
you're
you should have said
expecting
a Mountain
peach
Dew.
knee high?
Yeah.
Like that's not Coke.
Orange knee high.
Yeah, it is.
Peach knee high tastes fuzzy.
I like
You don't like the fuzz?
Speaking of fuzz, like all these drinks everybody's drinking, it's like sparkling.
Yeah.
Like, ooh, it's
You
like
don't
hand
like 'em?
soap, hand soap,
Mhm.
fuzzy
Yeah.
hand soap.
The only one of my brother really likes stuff called ranch water. That's a seltzer, but it's like spicy and jalapeno and
Oh.
like different flavor. They don't have all the fruity flavors.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's not bad, actually.
Yeah, I'm talking about like, was it LaCroix and all that stuff?
It's too perfumed. You're right. Too
Zima.
floral.
Yeah.
Zima. I
Yeah,
did.
that has some
Marketing.
alcohol in it if it's got bubbles.
Malt liquor, baby.
Marketing does work because I remember as a
Yeah.
kid seeing those Zima commercials. I'm like, those are the coolest people ever.
Marketing works because Eddie would buy them, drink one, and go, "These are god awful." See the commercial? Oh, let's try them again.
Yeah.
Oh, still god awful.
Zima.
We'd buy them and actually do hide them in people's homes and they get Zima'd or whatever that little stupid thing was and they'd have to drink it at
Yep.
that point. Yeah.
No, thank you. Never liked the Zima. Like Pepsi Clear.
He's in your friend.
Pepsi Clear. That doesn't make any sense.
For 6 weeks, it was a thing.
6 weeks. It only lasted 6 weeks.
That's about right.
Oof.
Yeah, I had because of the presidential fitness test coming back, I had the memory of Surge. They would have that on
yeah.
field days over in Catholic.
Way more caffeine.
Like,
if I
and
remember
like
right.
some like 80 grams of sugar in one can.
There's another one too.
They let y'all have that over there at Catholic?
Yeah.
Down the street at St. James, we didn't have any Surge.
And then some now and laters. Remember those?
Yes.
What'd you call them?
Now and laters?
Horrible excuse for a candy.
Yeah, I don't like them.
But isn't it kind of like a
What would you
knockoff
call 'em?
Starburst?
Okay, this is honest to God's truth. Until later on in life, I did not know they were called now or later. Now laters.
Now laters?
Now laters. That's what we called them forever and a day. I mean, I never knew how to spell. And then one day I looked at them and I was like, oh wow.
Now
Oh,
laters.
now or later. Now
Mhm.
laters. That's just what we called them.
And then warheads.
I never got into those.
Ooh.
And then what's the thing that's like taffy? Airheads?
Never got into those either.
Yeah, I remember liking those for a little while. And then you get the fruit roll-ups, and then you prefer a roll-up or like a
Gusher?
A gusher is there's something right with the gusher.
Those were disgusting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are disgusting.
Fruit roll-ups could be too.
Yeah, like, and you're supposed to be like fit as a kid, and like this is all the stuff on sale. And then you get into this place of like, how many Skittles can I eat? And you end up with like sores in your mouth.
You ever take somebody's M&M bowls and add some Skittles to it?
No.
I've seen people do that as a prank. That's funny.
Pretty funny.
You've done that?
Yes.
Okay.
But I'm such a fat pig. I knew the Skittles were in there and I grabbed a handful anyway.
Oh, well, you were expecting it.
Yeah,
So
I
you're
knew
like,
that.
this is cool. This is funky fresh.
The way I gained a bowl of M&Ms.
So did we learn anything else today?
Nah.
People still waiting on interest rates to come down?
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
might
What
as
do you think
well
of the
keep waiting with everybody else.
the two governoresses that have said that they want interest rates to come down? That are
Well, it sounds like everybody wants them to come down except for Jerome Powell. So.
Yes. And then we've learned that like all these candies and pop or soda or whatever Coke we're talking about,
Mhm.
like poor kids can't get them anymore through SNAP
yeah, but that's
because
not
they're
a bad
getting
thing.
fat.
But and you know, companies like Coca-Cola and all them, they're probably pretty upset about this because this
Yes.
was guaranteed money for them.
Right.
Guaranteed.
Something tells me Coke's gonna be all right. They're gonna
Oh,
find
that'd
some
be
other way
fine.
to get their free money.
Nah, that'd be fine.
Yeah, and war's still going on in Ukraine and in Gaza, and like a lot of Alabamians watch Charlie Kirk. We've learned a few
I
things.
realize that many Alabamians watch Charlie Kirk. That's strange.
Yeah. Anyway, we should probably get out of here.
All right.
It seems the construction has died down now, just in time for the show to end.
Timely.
Yeah. Like as soon as I'm talking to Judge Knapp, I'm hearing knock, knock, knock. And I'm like,
Hey, if you were them, who would you rather deal with, us or Greg?
yeah, that's a good point. He does have the Sipowicz face.
I'm not messing with Greg.
Talk about a boomer reference. What am I doing with my
Broadcasting from the Riverside Chevrolet Master Control Center, this is WACV Cusana, News Talk 93.1 FM. When it's Chevy, it's Riverside.
With SRN News, I'm John Scott. The House Oversight Committee has subpoenaed the Justice Department to